3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Third Nerd Podcast, niggas from the Black Nerd community. I am your host, Derek, the podcast guy. I kind of hate this intro now, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll switch it up for 150 next week. Who knows? Episode 149, I'm Derek. That's Ian. That's Gerard. I want to do the things, but y'all know us now. Like, if you listen, you know. If you don't listen, you see our names. So I don't know if I'm going to keep doing the same intro thingy. I just don't want to keep giving Ian chances to troll me at the beginning. So I'm still traumatized by that in case nobody knows what happened because I didn't put that clip out, but I'm traumatized still. I'm still traumatized by it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm still traumatized by it though.
Yeah. That's such a lasting impression.
It did. It really hit me deep. Made me question myself. We're all here. Ian's a father. Drop streams video games. You guys know the stuff. And let's jump into technically
speaking. I usually have a script here, but I didn't make one today. So you're gonna get some real rap raw here.
Off the cuff.
About to see the Segway guys work in real time. What a treat.
Now the stakes are high. Galaxy Unpacked. That happened this past week. They unveiled 3 products. Well, 3. Yeah, I guess 3 products technically. The Galaxy S22 and its Plus variant, Galaxy S22 Ultra, and the Galaxy Tab S8, which I honestly didn't know that they were still making tablets, and its Plus variant.
I'm glad they're making
that tablet is pretty dope.
Yeah, it does.
Apple needs that competition still.
Well, one thing. Okay, so the thing about real quick, I don't want to just real.
Oh no,
quick,
you good. Go ahead.
Because I think a week before that, I saw a couple of the tech tubers put out stuff about the latest Lenovo tablet, and I was like, oh, it's kind of nice. My other tablet just slowed down a little bit more when I watched that video. But no, so like Android tablets, they don't come out yearly or every 2 years. I think it takes a little longer than that, like every few years or so.
Yeah, they stick around.
When their OS is not on the same thing as like the standard mobile Android OS. So yeah, so they come out, but it just takes a little longer. It's really awesome.
I'm surprised they haven't made a foldable tablet as yet.
I think it's
there's no market for it potentially.
Time.
Yeah, I mean,
if those phones work, then maybe.
Yeah, I think it's what it is. Once more phones, adopt and develop it. There's still the Google Pixel. Well, actually, the rumor on the interwebs is that like there's a Google Pixel foldable in the works, and they're going to try and launch it this year sometime, but they apparently shelved it for 2023. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see. So yeah, more foldables will happen. I think it just might be later in the decade.
There's also like a bunch of patent filings from Apple regarding foldable technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm curious what I'm curious what they do over anybody else.
I doubt it's going to come out any
folding watches.
It's going to be a while.
Folding watches.
I don't know.
You fold the watch strap.
You fold the watch screen out and then
you just have it, and then you get to just be a Power Ranger. Imagine if this shit just flipped up, and then now I got like.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Every spy movie, every Power Rangers. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, I'm literally turning into a spy.
Wear your phone into wear your phone as a watch,
and then literally do this.
Come in. What's the next?
That's not the. Y'all just don't see the vision yet. Y'all don't.
What's the next objective?
Yeah.
Oh, it's changed. Oh, we'll get them.
I don't know.
It's facts.
Just do a hand motion over your watch. Like, what are you doing, bro?
That might be the most satisfying way to hang up on somebody.
Facts. No, nigga. Yeah. No.
I want to imprint. Keep going.
Hang up your watch, nigga. That nigga slam his watch on me. Facts.
That was loud as hell.
Wow. Yeah. Galaxy S22 and the Ultra, not too many huge updates. I mean, you got the processor spec bump from the 888 to the 8 Gen 1. Apparently the S22 Ultra, which I want to say is probably replacing the Note line, like entirely, because this thing comes with an S Pen built into it. Which is not something that they've done with the Ultras since until now. So I think they're phasing out the Galaxy Notes. I know a lot of people have a special place in their heart for that device, and now it's going away. So yeah, this is probably a more ergonomical Note, if you will, the Galaxy S22 Ultra. It also has a higher refresh rate. Well, a higher variable refresh rate margin or band, so it can go from 1 hertz to 120 hertz rather than the S21, which can only do 10 hertz to 120. Saves on battery life, I suppose. You could also put it in game mode, which will get you up to 240 hertz, which, I mean, if you're gaming on your phone that intensely, there you go. That's your thing right there.
Some people Unite gonna look crazy.
Yeah, that Fortnite.
But some people are gaming. You got the what's the little back pads? I keep seeing ads for those right now. The little back pads for the phones that you like.
Oh yeah,
put on the back and it literally turns into a controller. And like literally, Xbox has to have some sort of money in that. Or Microsoft has some sort of investment in that or something, because every time I see, like, they keep pushing like, yo, Game Pass, like pop this on your phone and then you can run Game Pass and it's like you got your shit right there. And I'm like, kind of fire. And they only like $40.
Yeah, Razer makes a whole controller thing called the Razer Kishi. Nice. It's for iOS and Android. You just put it on the sides and you just like an Xbox controller. So I don't know if it has back buttons though, but yeah, it connects. It
leave it to Razer. Oh, yeah. This also the Ultra goes up to 1 terabyte of internal storage.
1 terabyte?
Yes. Yeah, I think the iPhone 13 also went up to 1 terabyte, which is wild.
You know what?
Internal storage. A lot of these files are getting bigger, especially when you're recording the raw footage.
I was about to say that. Yeah, because my initial reaction of what? And I thought about it.
How are you going to fill up 1 terabyte?
Yeah, because these phones can do 4K content. Well, not content. They can record 4K video and everything. So yeah, 4K. It takes some gigs.
Yeah, it takes some gigs. Yeah, I remember back in the day when all we had to worry about was pictures and music taking up our storage. Now, man, video. Price ranges, S22 base price is $800 going up to $849. You got the Plus base price is $1,000 going up to $1,049. And the Galaxy S22 Ultra, $1,200 going up to $1,600 for the 1 terabyte option.
That's just so much money, bro.
I want to say that tracks as far as the pricing for the iPhones and their respective sizes. That sounds like
I'm over here happy to have how much I pay for this? $350 Pixel 4a. Like, man, that's so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's so wild to back. $300 didn't used to be a budget, price, or maybe it was.
Well, I think it just varied. It really varies. I think it depends on who's making the phone. Like a lot of the Chinese makers, like Oppo and Xiaomi and all that, used to be OnePlus early years ago. 300, 400, that was their low end. But I'm sure like Samsung and Samsung released a low budget phone recently. This year, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like $500-$600. I remember the range right. So for them, I think that his budget compared to this, you said the lowest end Galaxy
like
at 22.
It was 800.
Yeah, 800 for Samsung. That is budget. When you really think about it, for like quote near flagship or within the flagship family, I'm gonna call it now the flagship family. Yeah, that is budget. But yeah,
which one is 800?
The base S22.
Sound that bad.
The S22 Ultra goes up to 1,600 for their
double
1 terabyte option. That's
okay.
Sick.
Terabyte. I mean, it's not what it is.
It's not for me though. It's not for me.
I'm part of there's a deeper conversation that I'm going to have with y'all one week about like how in like microcosms we refuse to try to demand change. So when we see things like on the biggest scale, like the political shit, we're always like, why can't we come together? And it's like, well, fam, we won't even come together to like make this game company do the right thing. Like, so what makes you think we're all going to come together to make the government do the right thing? It's really crazy. There's a deeper conversation there that I want to have with y'all. But
there's a social
in this, it's like this is part of it though. Like we're numb to it now. We watch prices of this shit go up our whole lives. So 800 for a phone, that sounds budget now. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that's
but that's because we've been inched along to where they tell us these new phones is 1,200 and we like, yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it was.
And now niggas will tell you if you ain't got the 1,200 to buy the phone, you broke.
You broke.
That's what the internet will tell you at least. You ain't just buy that? Oh yeah, I went and got one. Oh, you ain't got a stack for that? No, nigga ain't got a stack for the fucking cell phone. What are you talking about?
Stack for these bills though. I tell you what I have. For what?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. They come in a bigger variety of colors than last year.
Ooh.
You got Phantom White.
Phantom White.
Traditional. You got this pink gold. Or
Pink
rose
gold,
I suppose.
Oh yeah, rose gold.
The rose
I know you would appreciate this green. It's a really nice green. I don't think I've seen it.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Light green? Oh, okay.
Green. It's not a light green. It's more of a
forest.
Is it like a forest?
It has a forest green.
They're trying to they're trying to appeal to people named Draw. That's what they're
facts.
Yeah.
That's what
seeing it. I do feel like there's a lack of green technology out there.
Draw, know that.
There is. I know that. I can
draw a life struggle. Make it in green.
Shit. When Nintendo released a right of these, my ass was happy as hell. Yeah. I mean, there's a duo of that. But anyway, there is a lack of green in like, especially phone tech. Well,
yes, especially phone tech. Yeah. And then of course you have Phantom Black, which is the phone that everybody's going to get anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say. Put whatever color case they want on it. Like that's why they don't care about phone colors. But yeah.
So we have Phantom White and Phantom Black.
Phantom Black.
Got it.
Speaking of black, Tesla is under fire, guys.
What have they done?
The California Department of Fair Employment Housing is filing a lawsuit, or they filed a lawsuit on Wednesday.
Sheesh.
Regarding the alleged racially segregated workplace environment or culture that they have over at at Tesla's Fremont factory. I find it interesting that rather than do an internal investigation, Tesla themselves put out a blog post denying the charges.
But that was really interesting to read. Yeah,
and then if you go on, this is on the pulling this from The Verge here. If you read on further, and it's funny, they put up a warning for racist language and slurs that were reported. It's pretty egregious and very specific for them to, for this to just be random, I would say. Usage of the N-word.
Which one? No, I'm kidding.
Just ask Joe Rogan.
Shit.
He'll let you know.
He'll let you know.
Touche. Weren't we allowed to say it?
No, I think people really need to hear. Read some of them shits, bro. Like, I mean, we could.
Monkey, black. Monkey. Yeah.
Porch monkey, not just monkey. They talk about porch monkey station.
That's
like family.
Porch monkey station is wild.
That's generational racism slurs right there.
Yes.
Better worker than me.
Racist graffiti in break rooms. That's something you can hide. Come on, that shit to me. Unless you paint over it. Come
That's
on.
there on purpose.
Like you could just solve that. You could figure out who's doing it. See,
it don't take a big internal investigation to see that shit.
You telling me Tesla got no cameras around where they could look at an internal investigation? Tesla should be able to look at cameras and see, yo, we painted over. If they were doing what they should do, they could say, yo, we had the crew go in there and paint over it. And these are the people who've been in. And the next time we had our person, whatever, check the bathroom. And next time we saw the graffiti. So it could only been these people who did the graffiti. Let's start doing some investigation and narrowing it down real quick. And we're going to figure out who's doing it or somebody getting cut. Because Tesla make all this money. They do all this. If they're about pushing into the future, how is there this much racism at Tesla?
Because I think I can answer that really quickly. I think because Tesla just wants bodies in there working on their vehicles instead of people with actual like morals and shit. Mm-hmm. And they think, damn, when they go on the break room, they expressing themselves on the walls and shit. I'm reading this and I see a slur I've actually never seen before. The one, monkey toes. I've never seen monkey toes as well. That must be a West Coast thing in Portugal, like a racist West Coast thing. Yeah. I've never seen monkey toes in my life.
Yeah, it's just interesting because I'm pretty sure we reported on the last time that Tesla had
the issue, but I don't remember it being like this.
It was.
I don't think it was. This
an employee. It was a former employee that was paid $137 million in damage. Yeah, he was awarded. It's the same. It was the same factory, bro.
Oh, Fremont.
So they got an issue at that factory, and Elon Musk don't give a fuck. We should always question the white dude from South Africa coming here talking about he gonna make the world a better place. You might have should have questioned that.
Yeah,
he ain't exactly got the cleanest history.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing, man. Just need to,
We strongly oppose all forms of discrimination and harassment. And we have a dedicated employee relations team that does nothing.
Absolutely. They get paid to sit there and
come on, man.
Browse TikTok or whatever, Reddit, not do what they're supposed to do, apparently.
Yeah. Speaking of an employee relations team doing nothing, Ubisoft,
man, that's such a. Ubisoft is such a weird. This is a weird company. I'm not even like. They're up there. They're like the epitome of like the upper people, just completely like just. I'm saying like
getting it.
They're completely ignorant of everything below them. Like all this,
they're out of touch.
They got like at least 24 studios worldwide, or at least cities where studios are located, and like it's just a mess, man.
Yeah.
Like I always viewed Ubisoft as being like they could be on the top as far as like because they have a lot of talented people. I mean, I don't play all the Ubisoft games. Y'all know this, listeners know this, viewers, etc. But like I keep a tab on a lot of the game industry as far as like the big studios. And they have a lot of talented ass people. Like I know I have my criticisms on how like Assassin's Creed and Far Cry are now, but I'm not gonna say like, oh man, Ubisoft ain't shit. When the Far Cry games, early ones, definitely I believe are part of like how building into how like open world stuff is now. The first Assassin's Creed was like a huge, like it was a revolutionary like game as far as like the 360 era, PS3 era, as far as like going through that open world ish thing. The way of like expanding your map by climbing up and hitting the little towers and stuff.
That was different, bro.
That was different.
Synchronizing. That was all new shit to us. That people forget
brand new. I feel like
Ubisoft did a lot. And then the jump between Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, I don't know that you see big jumps like that in from a game to a sequel anymore. I mean, I get it. The technology is better. They probably got it closer to right the first time, maybe. But from Assassin's Creed 1 to 2, oh my goodness.
It was massive, bro.
Oh my goodness.
It was massive. Yeah, so it's just like I always view like Ubisoft could be like the top like worldwide studio, but just the people up on the top, the corporate people that just make all the decisions, they say, oh, you got, y'all need to do all these live services. Or not all these live. Y'all need to make all these big open world games that just focus on just doing things for the sake of doing it. Or like, let's just make Far Cry 4 like 3, but with different antagonists, 5 like 4 and 3, et cetera, et cetera. And, the middle games may have a bit more a varied type of approach. Like, I know Primal didn't pop off, but
But it was good.
Sure
It was better than Far Cry 6.
Right. Yeah. New Dawn. Yeah. New Dawn's, different, better than Far Cry 6. So yeah. So it's just like I always view like when I see this stuff, I'm just like, damn, Ubisoft, why are y'all like this? Stop being dense and stupid. Like I feel like they double down in ways for too long. And then when shit blows up, they be like, oh, well, I don't know what happened. Like I thought this, based on what we've done before, it should do well. That's a problem. You've done it before. Like that's crazy. But anyway, that's my mini rant over with that. Like
Ubisoft is go ahead.
No, go ahead.
They just frustrate me. Anyway.
In their latest attempt to convince their employees that the NFTs are the way. It seems that they were distributing NFTs to the employees in good faith.
Trying to doing what? I mean, it's the same thing we were talking about before the pod started. And you literally said, let's stop and put it on the podcast.
Right.
Ubisoft is trying to indoctrinate their employees. That's literally what they're doing. And how can I do it? I'm going to give it to you for free. Let me give you a little piece of it. People look up the history of this country, bro. Just look up the history of this country and how they've inducted things or introduced things into society to make it normal. This is no different than what they're trying to do. The difference is we have the internet and there's more people who oppose this stuff who can push back. Before, this would happen and it would just take over the wave and there'd be a couple people here or there pushing back. And then you wouldn't get the mass push of people saying this is stupid, this is dumb, this is whatever. And even with that, it's still happening. Ubisoft doesn't care. They're still doing it, regardless of pretty much what it seems like the whole fan base being like, yo, don't do this. This is dumb. There's still a couple people in there who are like, oh, I can own my actual gun in this game and then I can transfer it over here. Ubisoft has one game that does that right now. Like one game where you can actually own stuff in the game. Like it's one game. And even then, if you own it and like, I just don't understand. So what? Like so it's, the idea is basically like, say, I guess Call of Duty is a good, easy example. If you were to make a Call of Duty gun, right? And then you were to customize it with your own designs and stickers and whatever you wanted on it. It was a dope looking gun. Mm-hmm. That's your gun now. You own it with the NFT. Then you could say that was dope, but somebody's like, yo, that's a really dope gun. That's a one of one. You designed that. I want to buy that gun from you. You could sell that gun to somebody else, leaves your game, goes into their game, and now they own that gun. And it'll always say like who the creator was, but now you've made it. And then I think there's ways you can do it, at least with NFTs outside of video games, there's ways you can do it to where the original creator always gets a percentage of, depending on the blockchain you're using, or whatever, the original creator always gets a percentage of whatever the future sales are of that product. So even if the next person sells it for $1 million, then I should still get some fallback from that, right? Mm-hmm. So the idea in itself isn't terrible, but its implementation, like Ian said, the effects it has on the environment, it doesn't seem worth it. And the issue is, if we can get poor people invested into this or feeling like they have a chance to make money or have a chance to make and it's not just a chance to make money. I think they were talking about this on the Joe Budden podcast too. If I can make you feel like there's a small chance that investing in this or being involved in this could change your life. And I don't mean just change your life for a couple of weeks or, oh, we can finally pay for that one trip to Jamaica and then we come back. I mean, people are becoming millionaires, multi-millionaires off of this stuff. People, this crypto NFT stuff, people are becoming very, very rich. And that is confusing people who aren't rich and don't understand it or don't have all the information. And now they're just going to go and chuck a couple money. Same thing we saw with like the Bitcoin and the crypto, right? Like some people knew what they were doing. They got it out there. And then now you have some random person who's like, yo, I'm gonna throw $1,000 in it. I just seen this dude made this much. So I'm gonna go throw 1,000. All you did was raise the value of the people who had it from before. So they can sell it to more people like you who want to jump in now. And then when all the people who gave it value before are gone and nobody here knows what they're doing anymore, the value drops. The same thing will happen to NFTs. The same exact thing will happen. You're banking on the entire world just agreeing that, yeah, I want to use this service or we want to do this. I've never wanted to buy a gun from somebody else. I've seen, like, for me, I thought it was cool when you kill somebody in Call of Duty and you could pick up their weapon and their weapon might look different. I thought that's as far as I need to go. That was dope. Then I get to run around with it on a die. That was as far as I needed to go. This is extra. and they know that a lot of people don't agree, but they're not listening. And I just don't understand how it comes from Ubisoft, the same company that made Watch Dogs 2. Like, I don't go play, like, anybody out there, please. And you guys have heard me talk about this to length, so I won't do it here. But play Watch Dogs 2 and then explain to me. You play Watch Dogs 2 and then you play Legion. Explain to me how Ubisoft could be the company that's like, yeah, NFTs and crypto. Like, it just seems, it's like, fam, that. what? So I think there's a thing at Ubisoft where we notice they do these things. They just never did it for Assassin's Creed, which is weird. But we saw it with Far Cry. You just mentioned Primal, New Dawn, Blood Dragon.
Yeah, Blood Dragon.
The Far Cries were really good. Far Cry 3 and 4, great games. And then they had great interns. And then it's like somebody came in and was like, this is the most efficient way to make money. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And they took all the love out of it. They took all the love out of the main game series. Assassin's Creed just feels like it feels like it's being made on a factory line, bro. It just feels like, yep, put that there, yep, put that there, yep, put that there, yep, put that there.
Different era and flavor. Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's the same thing over and over. The world is ridiculously big. There's a billion fucking side quests to handle. Everything takes you this way, that way, around the world. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's too much from a single player game that's supposed to have a cohesive story. It's too much. There'd be a side story that takes you 8 different side stories to the left, and you done forgot. Like, it's, fam, every game doesn't have to be Skyrim, and that's what they're trying to do without any of the emotional investment. Like, it's just bad. But then you get those games like Watch Dogs 2, like, well, the thought process of Legion, whether you agree with that game or not. But Watch Dogs 2 is clearly a passion project. Someone gave a fuck when they made that game. The dialogue, it's someone cared. It's the same thing with Blood Dragon. When you see New Dawn, when you see Primal, are they perfect? No. Did they use assets from previous games? Of course they did. But can you tell that someone cared about the narrative and the direction of what they were putting into it? 100%. And it seems like they're only allowed to do that because it's supposed to be this like short DLC, or this is just a little short game. It's only supposed to be 10 or 15 hours. So there's no time to try to implement all the bullshit that they normally want to give you. And so those games feel better naturally. But when they get back to the main line, they're back to this standard of whatever. There's no love or interest. And then they keep doing this dumb shit on the side with the cryptos and and they've been doing this for a while. Little microtransactions we've been pushing back. Ubisoft has been getting flack for years now. And I skimmed over some of it. I moved past some of it, but now it's bad. It's really bad. This NFT thing is terrible. Why they won't even like consider what people are saying? Their own employees are saying, fam, stop this. And they're not listening.
Yeah.
What else are you supposed to do?
Instead of listening, they celebrated their employees by giving them NFTs
that we didn't want.
Recon 20th
right.
anniversary cap.
And what is this NFT worth?
Well, redonkulous.
What NFT can you give me? Only Ubisoft NFTs. What are Ubisoft NFTs worth?
I'm not sure how much it's worth, but it's definitely didn't sell well when they first launched it. I think they sold like 10.
Bruh. Who's buying this shit, bro?
I think they tried other rich people that get paid by rich people. It's insane. I'm telling you, it's literally just a circle jerk. It's literally, there's nobody of, I'm not even talking about socioeconomics, but there's just nobody like us that are really out here buying NFTs in droves like that. That's
we got
crazy.
Bills to pay, bro. I got a mortgage to pay, bro, in a couple of days. Like, come on, bro. Like, I got a car payment, insurance. You think I'm buying NFTs?
Bro,
no, I think it's people like us are trying to get up, trying to sell NFTs. Dumbass rich people.
But there's
rich
not
people
like,
are buying them thinking it gives them some clear protection. They're being lied to because they're not invested enough to understand how they're being scammed. NFTs are literally a pyramid scheme. And the second somebody doesn't operate the way they should in the scheme breaks down. Right? Like the pyramid scheme is like, yo, you bring in 2 people, they give $10, and then you get back your, eventually somebody gonna come in and not have they $10 that month, and that throws off the scheme, bro. It throws off the scheme. Then I can't pay the top person anymore. Then I can't pay you. Then I can't pay you. It's a scheme, bro. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they work. I understand that in different cultures, I know in a lot of Caribbean cultures, things like that work. People do it. It makes money. It's cool with people you trust that can do that are going to operate it correctly. There's a way you can do it, but trying to do it on a mass scale like this with mass business is nothing but a scam. It's just a legitimate scam. This is no different than the PPP loan scam. It's no different. Just white people at the face of it, so it's not going to get criminalized, and we're just going to call it stupid instead of a scam. But it's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme, and technically, anybody promoting this shit should really be in jail, but they won't be because white people are at the helm of it. Plain and simple.
Always has been. Yeah, it's always has been a scam. And I've been saying that,
bro.
It's really since last year. Maybe not publicly on this pod, but every time anyone asks me about it, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is a scam.
The only reason I'm like kind of weary to say it's a scam is because I don't know whether the intent was born from it being a scam, or was it really just to get money into the hands of artists.
Well, that's what I said. I said the initial, that's what we were saying at the beginning. The initial intent was pure. I understand the initial intent of NFTs. And I believe that the original idea, wherever that came from, kudos to that person. I think the original idea was pure. The problem with America and capitalism in this fucking world is that nothing is allowed to just stay pure and honest.
Right.
Someone has to fuck it up. Someone has to go try to make a buck. Someone and it's not that, here's an open platform that's free. Everybody can try to make some money. It's no, somebody has to come on here and try to make more money. I got to come on here and try to make this even more. I got to come and do more. Like, how can I make it even more for myself? If I give up rights, if I do this, if I let this in, it's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
You keep what's stopping the music labels? We're watching Ubisoft, a company that is doing things we don't like. You're giving them more power by giving them more outlets. Kill shit like this and you stop this. But you keep giving them outlets. And if NFTs were just for us as regular people, maybe I could understand it to a degree. Maybe I would say, okay, you know what? I can kind of see maybe where we're going with it or whatever, because we're for the people, by the people are regulating it, the people are making deals that are free market, that type of thing. I'd be down. I'm down for that. The second you let the corporations get in here and start manipulating shit and changing prices, fam, now it's a mess. Now it's a mess. Now you got pictures of some random monkey is popping because, and the thing is, anything can get popular tomorrow, bro. I could just post a random picture. It pops on Twitter. Now somebody's selling it as an NFT. And I might not even know to even get my money. If I find out, then I gotta go through the work of proving that it's my image, proving that you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just you're right. The initial idea, nowhere near. I don't believe that's anywhere near a scam. And I would never want to put that on the initial person. When I say it's a scam, I'm talking about its implementation today, the way it's being used today, now. How they're using it now, how these companies are using it now, how these companies are preying on people and using it now. That's what my issue is what's happening here. And every day it's somebody who's like, I don't really know what NFTs are. Can you really get rich? And that's dangerous. Chances are you're not going to get rich off of that picture of a cat on the NFT, but chances are you won't.
It's funny. What's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson on the Star Talk podcast. He had somebody on there trying to explain blockchain, NFT, and Bitcoin. Even he was lost, which makes
astrophysicist.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was lost. He was like, "This shit don't make no sense.
This makes no goddamn sense.
This is not in the stars. I don't get it." That's actually.
I just don't understand how digital art holds value.
Yeah,
digital art.
We gonna do this. We got time. I don't know what our time looks like. I don't know how fast we gotta get through this stuff. We got a little bit of time.
We're at 55 minutes even.
Because what I'm saying is, all it takes is the Neuralink shit. Our consciousness is in the space. All we're doing is if the world turns into the Matrix tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the difference is they know they can't Matrix us without us knowing, right? Like we have to willingly accept the Matrix. We can't. This sounds. Right. I sound crazy. I sound like a conspiracy theorist. I know
it's not.
But you get what I'm saying, right? They can't just sneak us into the Matrix now and be like, no, guys, this is the real world. You guys don't know it's a digital. They can't do that, right? So they have to give us no, it's better over here. No, you can own that in here. We can get to a PS5 in the digital world. You don't have a PS5. We can have a PS5 in the digital world, and you can play all the games digitally. We can give you everything in this digital world, bro. That is what it is. People are having sex. People are having relationships. People are rich. People are rappers. People are whatever they want to be there, and people are buying into it because life sucks. I mean, the second your consciousness can get in that game, all that NFT shit is If I can go in that game and feel like I'm in that game and have a real experience in that game, like I'm living life for real, hook up my Neuralink or whatever, my consciousness is in the game, bro, I'm out of here. The NFT shit is gone. Of course.
Like,
now, is that actually going to happen or not? I don't know. I'm not predicting, nothing like that. But unless that is the goal, which I believe it is, this shit, none of this matters. All the value is held in the fact that we think there's value. That's it. I mean, granted, that's a lot of capitalism, to be fair. Mm-hmm. But the value in NFTs are only because y'all remember where NFTs started? Y'all remember me talking about this maybe a year and a half ago or so with the basketball stuff? Do y'all remember me bringing that up?
Basketball in what kind? So
that's how this. I won't say that's how this started, but that was my introduction to like NFTs. So it was clips. So they basically
Steph Curry making the game winner.
Exactly. So all these moments, right, that we just like owned, right? Like you could just buy it. Like you could just go on YouTube and watch whoever your favorite basketball player is score their first point in the NBA or hit their first 3-pointer or their first dunk, whatever you want. You could go watch that on the internet and you still can. But now you have a chance to own that moment. Here's the crazy thing. When the NBA and them all started doing that, you would think, now my biggest thing is Josh Hart, Villanova guy, shout out Wildcats. Josh Hart is a big proponent of this stuff. He's a Chelsea fan, so that might also explain a little bit of some of the stuff be going on in his head. But this NFT shit, he's a big proponent of it. That comes from him being an NBA player who has the money. But basically, these companies, they took these basketball players who worked their whole lives. He should have been angry from the rip. He wasn't. He just bought into it and started making money because he could afford it. But if he was broke, if his basketball career hadn't worked out, he'd be angrier because what they did was they just took moments from the NBA, clips that we can all get for free and shit like that, right? And then they just said, but they did it in conjunction with like the NBA TV or whatever, right? Like the people who actually host the NBA. So these aren't just clips from like YouTube that someone recorded. These are the official NBA highlights. And then they put that on this blockchain and said, you can own, first it started off as just digital cards. Then it was, you can own this digital moment. And that blew up. Yo, I own Michael Jordan's first crossover. Like, okay, that sounds kind of cool. But also I could just go see it. What makes you feel like you have value in a video of Michael Jordan doing his first crossover that I can literally see anywhere? I can go on, if I just go on Instagram through stories, I'll probably find one of that. What makes that valuable? Nothing other than the fact that somebody else believes it's valuable that you own that and you have a receipt for that. And I want it to say that I have it. That's the only thing giving it value. If everybody was just like, yo, this is stupid, I'm just going to go back to watching my shit on YouTube. NFTs die tomorrow. They're done. They're over. There's nothing else you could do. Imagine if we had to put every meme in an NFT and then nobody can use the NFT nobody can use that meme unless you've paid for a license of the NFT. It doesn't make sense. They're pictures and images. They're jokes. Most of the shit is just funny, but people are putting up whatever they want. And it's just a scam, bro. It's just a scam. As long as people believe it's just like a Pokemon card. Pokemon cards are worth nothing. Unless we say they are. Yo, that's a dope Pokemon. He's cool. He's shiny. That's worth something now. That's it. That's why, and let me just take this into some weird shit, but that's why what Nipsey did with his mixtape was so revolutionary and legendary. Because anybody could have told him, say, yo, Nipsey, nobody gonna buy your mixtape for $100. That's stupid. But he understood that worth is only whatever we put on the shit. Worth means nothing. Yes, the only reason y'all say this mixtape is overpriced is because y'all are used to a mixtape being free or $5, maybe even $10 by somebody on the street or something like that. So when I sell mine for 100, I look crazy. I look insane. But if you attach this value to it, if you're a super Nipsey fan, that $100 might be worth it for you. So I attach value. It's worth it. He was willing to take the risk. If I price this shit at $100, I'm going to find out either if I can sell all these or not. And he sold them. It's the same thing with NFTs. We're just giving value to it that we're really not getting nothing in return. It's just I got you. Like, I own it. I own this over that or whatever. The NBA players weren't even given first rights to their own moments. Is that not crazy? Like, I did it. I worked the whole life. I got here. I got drafted. I got in the game. I did a crossover, hit a shot, hit a layup, hit a three, whatever I did. And now some other entity just to put on a blockchain and people just get to say it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Funny you say that. Nike Nike is suing this reseller of sneakers, StockX. They recently got into
StockX. Really?
I've been waiting for that to happen. Fuck them.
That's interesting.
They recently got into blockchain and NFTs, and they started selling the NFTs of sneakers.
Oh, really?
You see the problem?
Yes.
And I'm I'm not fighting for Nike either, but come on, that's a problem.
I need to talk to my nephew then, because he sold some sneakers on here before.
He sold some sneakers on StockX?
Well, he sold the physical sneaker, not the actual
well, yeah, but I just want
NFT of the physical
I want to have a conversation with him about NFTs because he's a teenager.
Just so he don't get
happening in real time.
In real time for him, bro.
I want to make sure he understands why there's a lot of pushback in places. But
I mean, I guess a rebuttal to what you were saying, Derek, and that the value stops at whatever you bought it at. I guess the whole point of it would be to resell it at a higher price potentially.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. But
so that escalation of reselling and reselling is what's bad for the environment, and also where the value lies in.
You're also banking on somebody be willing to pay more for what you pay. There's no guarantee of that.
There's no guarantee, but I suppose it's a gamble that people are willing to.
Exactly. And because they know people are willing to gamble on the chance that I might get rich. It's the same. It's no different. Why do you think stocks are public?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you think stocks are public because it's helping you think your little $5 you went to grab that stock is changing that company's business plan? You think that's what took them to now we can finally do this? Fam, they're not crowdsourcing. It's a gamble. I get your money to use for free. And if you get something back, hey, you're welcome. But if you get nothing back, you don't get to be mad at us. It's free investing in my company. Literally, I'm taking free money for you and because you believe that I should make more money to give you back some. That's a scam too.
Oh no, that's definitely a scam, especially with the way people like pump and dump it.
Yeah.
The way we manipulated it, exposing how much of a scam it is.
Yeah.
But how much did that change? People still on the stock market every day. It ain't changed that much.
There's a strategy to that. My stocks are plummeting.
Look, and I'm not knocking anybody for anything. I want to be clear.
No,
if you want to buy NFTs, go for it. If you want to buy stock, if you want to buy anything, go. I'm not knocking anyone. Trust me, we're all living completely separate human experiences. So by all means, please do whatever you feel is best for you.
It might be I think I don't know how much would it even. I gotta look into it. On the creator's end, I don't see the disadvantage, I suppose. Like if you're creating the thing that you put on the blockchain to then sell.
If you're the creator and you get it put on the blockchain, yes. How do you promote the thing on the blockchain? How do you let people know it's on the blockchain?
There are marketplaces involved
that people have to get into. So right now, the major marketplace is what? Social media. Social media. That's where everyone is advertising NFTs. No, what? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Answer this question. Where do you go right now to look up NFTs? Don't look it up. Just tell me right now, what website, what marketplace, where do I go right now to get NFTs?
Apparently StockX.
Exactly. That's my point. So my point is no one knows where the fuck to get these things. They're seeing something they like and they're going there and then they're reading about it and trusting it and then they're doing
Google search to tell you.
Of course you can find NFTs from places, but my point is the promo, it's not like there's an NFT.com that you know is keeping you up to date on NFTs or nothing like that. People are promoting their NFTs on social media and that's where they're selling it. And that's where these conversations are happening. And that's where misinformation is getting spread. And that's where people are believing, yo, if I buy this thing or I get this thing, it should go in value. I should get this. I should get that. But here's the thing. Somebody could just cut that blockchain off tomorrow. And then what? Then what happens? Yeah. You got a piece of paper that says you bought something. You just look like a fucking dodo, bro. It's the same thing. Don't get me wrong. I know Bitcoin is supposed to be all that, but somebody can do the same shit too. What makes y'all so confident that nobody out here can hack nothing? If somebody created it, I fully believe somebody can hack it. Nothing's impossible. What makes you so confident that nobody can hack the Bitcoin? What happens if we all say, let's go to Bitcoin and then
nobody's confident in Bitcoin right now.
I'm not even talking about Bitcoin. I'm just using Bitcoin as the catalyst. I just mean crypto as a whole. You know what I mean? But I just mean crypto as in general. Like, what about crypto has told you that no one can just hack it at some point? You put all your money in there and then someone just rips it all away. What makes you that confident?
I thought something is kind of like that has happened already.
Yes, it did. That's what I'm saying. That's why. That's why the price plummeted. Actually,
but what I'm saying is now, what happens when we've all indoctrinated ourselves into whatever crypto it is, whatever different cryptos we got, and we all have it, and then someone goes, you know what, shut that shit off. Now nobody has any money. Nobody got any buying power. Nobody can spend money. Nobody can make money. Nobody can do anything. Now what? Now we're under control of whoever was able to do that. Who was able to do that? And how do we get to them? How do we get set back up? How do we?
Yeah, it was some. It was this. I think it was this couple that hacked into a crypto wallet.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And they stole what, 3.7 billion or something like that
worth of crypto.
But it wasn't Bitcoin though, was it? It was something else, was it?
I thought it was Bitcoin.
I thought it was a different one. I don't think it was actually Bitcoin.
Couple steals Bitcoin.
Well, I'm looking up couple steals crypto.
Couple arrested.
4.5 billion.
4.5 billion.
Oh, it is Bitcoin. It was Bitcoin.
Jesus Christ.
And stolen. And these look like the most basic people, bro. Look at these people. Like, look at the people who stole the Bitcoin, bro. Just look at them. Genuinely just look at them. They look like regular people, bro. They are not like some sort of crazy, like they just look like regular folks, bro. And somebody figured this shit out. And they hacked Bitfinex in 2016.
It's the largest monetary acquisition the feds have ever acquired, I believe.
Of course it is. And now what's the government going to do with the crypto? Now the government has access or has this crypto in its.
Yeah, they're going to redistribute it or what?
Bro, when the government catch the dope boy with 50 bands under his bed, you think the police redistribute it? You think they give it back to the family? You think they go find all the people the drug dealer was selling the drugs to and say, yo, get your money back? How you think it go? Where you think that money end up? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is all a fucked up problem, bro. Like, it's a very fucked up problem and nobody's looking at it seriously. Everybody's just trying to
profit off of it.
Profit and make money. And I get it, but
how I can sell my music as NFTs, man. I got a video on YouTube that's 150,000 views. Imagine if I sold
your
that.
Shit might already be on an NFT, bro.
It might. You might.
Your shit already an NFT somewhere, bro. And niggas already fuck with it. Yo, get this Willy Wonka. That's just song is probably an NFT somewhere you could sue for right now.
This song
wouldn't even be surprised, bro. You probably got beats you put somewhere. I mean, I know the Facebook shit got deleted, but if that shit was up, you probably have a beat or something off there that is probably up there.
That's my thing about NFTs. How do you like prove who owns what? Like, at least I know what like a beat. I can prove that I own.
You got the stems.
I have the stems. Mm-hmm. But like with like digital art, you can copy that.
Let me find our shit on the. That's part of the Two Ugly Nerds logo on the NFT site.
That's part.
I'm gonna take you to court, but I don't care about winning the suit. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm beating your ass. What the fuck is you doing?
It's just a formality.
I don't care because I know ain't nobody bought it. Because who bought the? I'm not even because who bought it? You probably ain't make no money off it. But if I see it up
won
there,
the lawsuit. All right, cool. Ass. But I'm still beating your ass.
I'm beating your ass still. Because what's up?
Meet me outside after this court.
Ain't no meeting. I'm beating your ass in front of the judge. He gonna know what's up with it. Like, fam, fuck you. What are you doing? What are you doing for what, bro? People are just out here stealing random shit and throwing it up there just off the case that they might get something. Bro, your shit could already be anywhere. It is what it is. Like, again, I'm not judging anybody. You know, it sounds like it because I'm very passionately against it. But I'm not judging you if you want to do it. It's just if the shit blows up in your face, don't come cry about it. Don't tell me you're homeless or whatever later because you put all your money in Bitcoin and NFTs and crypto. Like, hey, do what you want. And maybe you'll get rich. We saw that too. Wasn't that a big thing? Like a lot of car dealerships have had these crypto kids coming in with buying cars left and right, crazy shit, trade cash. So I get it. It's wild out there. I understand. Do your thing, but understand what works for somebody is not necessarily always going to work for you. At minimum, please do your research into what you're putting your money in because it's the wild, wild west out there, bro.
That's why I say like
wild, wild west.
I just see that the creators stand to benefit the most from this because so long as they are the ones selling it and they get residuals from the resells, I can't see why they don't win.
Problem is there's too many blockchains. So the creators might be on one blockchain, but now you got to make sure that your entire fan base knows that this is the blockchain to come get your shit from. And you know what, Ian, I think if I remember correctly, and we'd have to look back or if anybody remembers the conversation we had, let us know. But I'm pretty sure when we first started talking about this NFT thing, we were not against it. And I know for a fact I wasn't like pushing against it so tough because I see what you're saying. Yo, I'm a creator. I can put I think we even talked about, we could put the podcast on a blockchain and then you could pay. It don't have to be expensive. It could be $1 for every episode. You know, it could be 50 cents or whatever, but you can buy those episodes. Now you own those episodes. You can do whatever you want with them. I guess technically you could do something like that if you wanted to, but one, you've got to create the value for that. Right now, creating value for things like this come from social media and stuff like that. So it's just it's been used poorly. It's been taken advantage of. And I just feel bad for the artists out there that might be trying to do it. And the blockchain people are taking advantage of the artists that are trying to use it for the same type of way. You think the blockchains are that much different? Because the way I understood it, it might be some of them that are out there that are giving 100% of the proceeds to the creator. But I'm guessing most of these places aren't doing that. And how long is it before Google has their own blockchain or Apple has a blockchain or Sony has a blockchain? Like, how long is it till that happens? And then what's your split from that? Or what happens when that's the only place where you can put your stuff at? Because these other blockchains are all getting pulled down because they're scams or they don't meet certain government regulations or whatever now. So now the only ones that are available are the ones from the corporation. What happens then? But right now it's a free-for-all and a bunch of people can make money. So everybody's just jumping and throwing money at it and seeing what can happen. And some people are making money and that's what's up, but it's a slippery slope. But I understand the world we live in today, everybody is very focused on just them and trying to figure out the best for them and the people around them. And I get that. So, I don't care if this affects a forest somewhere out there and there's some village. I don't give a fuck. It has nothing to do with me. I got a chance to make some money. So I get it. I just wish maybe we, cared a little more or I don't know.
OpenSea apparently charges 2.5% per transaction, buying and selling.
I mean, that's not terrible. But, again, I don't know.
Charge up to 10% as a royalty fee for resells.
And you can charge up to 10% as a royalty fee. Yeah. So you can only charge up to 10% as a royalty fee? Yeah, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. And then you get to choose how many of your NFTs are there, right? Like you can sell as many of them as you want, right? It doesn't have to, you can, your image, if you wanted to just be one, you could have one and then only one person owns it. And ideally that would raise the value, but you could also have 10 out there or 1 million if you wanted.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
All right.
I own a copy of this NFT. Yeah, I mean, I suppose. Yeah. Apparently, there's a fee for minting or creating a new NFT.
Or an environmental fee for it too.
Yeah.
They just don't have a dollar sign next to it, but you're paying an environmental fee. But who cares, man? Who cares? Didn't they just dump some oil in the ocean the other day too? So fuck it, whatever. The Earth's gonna die anyway.
Which ocean?
Which ocean? Now that
Atlantic? I don't know.
The Indian? I don't live near there. I don't care.
Yeah. Was it this one? No. All right then.
Not that one.
Was it Lake Michigan?
Gulf?
No. All right, fuck it.
A cold, oily winter up there. And lake effects no hitting different.
Oil in it already.
Right, it probably does. Now, bad jokes aside, yeah. What a mess.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm against it, but here it is, man. I don't know, man. We are. I think they were just talking about this too. So anybody who listens to Joe Budden, I'm not pulling it from there. This is all stuff that I've said before. Ian can verify, but we're literally a virus on this planet, and we just keep acting like it instead of ever trying to do anything that fixes it. And it's actually kind of crazy. We're viruses to each other. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. Get your money. I don't know. All right. Okay. I didn't mean for that to be that long, but that is something that I think maybe we kind of built up for a while. So
perhaps
that was good. I don't know, anything else? Well, Ian, it's Ian's section. Why am I ending it? I don't know.
That is it for technically speaking.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all we got.
Cool. I like it. It is time. Let's move on to fun shit now. Time for consulting.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a.
Oh, sorry guys. Is this mug getting boring now too? Do I need to switch it from this one?
I didn't even recognize.
Okay, good. All right, fuck y'all. Whatever, man. Can't use my pothead mug because y'all niggas want to be tired. We get it, man. Okay, fuck you.
You just have to give like three, I don't know, three or maybe 3 episode like distance between, stagger them between.
Yeah, stagger them, man. I can't wear the same onesies every episode. You know, I actually look at the previous episodes to make sure that I didn't.
I do too. No, I do too. No, dead ass. I do too.
Yo, shout out though, yo. Yo, I'm not gonna. Yo, we was unpacking shit. Hey, just before we'll get back into technically speaking, consulting. This is really funny. We was getting back. we was getting back into unpacking shit, and I was going through our cabinet, and I was looking at all the mugs and stuff I had, and I was like, man, damn, these are all kind of same mugs that I've been using since we kind of did consulting anyway. Like I don't really have that many new ones. Regardless. So, the pothead one was a newer one. And, I felt like it took about 2 weeks. And y'all niggas was like, hey, bro, come on, nigga, get out of here. So I was like, damn. So I was telling Ashley, I was like, the guys give me a hard time about the mugs. They said I'd be wearing the same. They said I'd be using the same like 3 mugs. And she was like, well, do Ian be wearing the same 3 onesies? And I was like, yo.
Blue.
The same
Blue
10.
Again.
Thank you very much.
I was like,
the same 10, double digit. Damn, son.
I was like, I think Ian got about 5.
Counting.
He got about 5, man. He got about 5 ones.
I need to get 2.
He got a couple hoodies. He make us think is onesies sometimes because we can't see the bottom half. You know what I'm saying?
I need to get 3 more pairs.
Nah, this is a onesie. We know this one.
Yeah.
We know this one. We know the air one, the flight one. I just had to let you know that Ashley got her joke off.
Yeah, she actually tried my life once again.
She tried to try your shit, man. She but to be fair, I mean, she doing what she's supposed to do, right? She like, if we was giving you a hard time about onesies, I would expect Crystal to be like, yeah, man, that nigga Derek B said, goddamn, I don't know, something. I'm sure there's a joke for me. There's a million jokes for me. Actually had to get one off though, bro. Actually had to get one off. That shit was funny. That shit was really funny when she was like the same onesie. And I do think it's funny because I never pay attention to your onesies, but I always notice the blue polka dot one. Though. I only know, but the only one I ever recognize is the blue polka dot one, and that's because in editing I normally change your thing to blue. So it seems like I always recognize the blue polka dot thing. I know that one, and so if I see that like within a 2 or 3 week span, I'm like, run a little.
I do wear that one often.
That's a current one. And the Air Force one or the Space Cadet one, whatever that one is.
Oh yeah. I've worn that one in a while actually.
That's one of the OGs though too though.
Yeah, that's one of the OGs. Yeah.
See, that's what you're wearing in the title in the intro.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at us. Anyways, okay. All right. Funny stories aside, man. Time for some consultee.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. All right. So I wanted to switch it real quick based on, I guess, stuff that's happened older to newer. So we didn't cover this between last week because of things. But yeah, the big news from last week or 2 weeks ago from this episode going up. Sony bought Bungie. Big deal. They bought, I think it was, now I don't remember the exact number
$3.6 billion worth of Bitcoin.
That's right. No, I think you are. It's either 3.6 or it's just under 4 billion, but you're right. I think it is about 3.6 billion. Yeah, so they bought them 3.6 billion. The dust has settled a fair bit since that initial announcement. So I guess right now all we have are facts. Yeah, so they bought them. I think it won't be complete until like sometime
next year, right?
Next year. They didn't give like I'm not too familiar with their PlayStation's fiscal year stuff. Yeah. I always assume it's around the same as Nintendo because they're both technically Japan-based companies, technically. But yeah, it's safe to say I think it'll be solidified in 2023. But they bought them. Jim Ryan and Herman Hulst and all the head PlayStation dudes, they really wanted to stress, hey, we're not just buying this to take Destiny 2 off of everything else. Mm-hmm. They bought them because they wanted to look into more live service games of their own. I guess they're really into doing that. But as far as Destiny is concerned, Destiny is not really changing at least in the near future. Since they technically own them or will own them, they could easily just be like, "Oh, y'all are doing a Destiny 3? Well, that's PlayStation 5 exclusive now." They could do that, I think. Well, maybe they could, but I think part of their them buying, I thought of the deal, at least that's been publicly spoken about. I think Bungie will still be independent as far as making their stuff.
I saw something floating around that said that it might just be for the purpose of helping Sony make their own first-person shooter, like using Bungie to make a first-person shooter.
I've seen that around.
Apart from Destiny and all the rest of it.
But does that mean they would be?
And that would
hiring more people, like a new division of Bungie.
They could.
I would only.
They could.
Destiny don't seem like it's going anywhere like tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So,
no, definitely not. Destiny
like a 5-year plan.
Yeah, like we were on a 10-year plan and we're in year 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added 5 years.
I'll listen.
So
now I'll make this joke later, and we're talking about Nintendo Direct. But since we're talking about the 10-year thing, but I have to remember it though. But it's ironic. But yeah. But this now, Bungie, I think 2.5 years ago, they did have this. They had this stake from NetEase Games, and their Chinese-based company. I think it was like either 10 or 100 million. It was a lot of fucking money, not billions of dollars, but millions is still a lot. On some other project Bungie is working on. So they are working on some other new IP. We just have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how this factors with the PlayStation buyout. We'll see, I guess, when time goes on. But the interesting things that have popped up since then as well, because PlayStation dudes have done more interviews. They revealed that, like I said before, Bungie, despite what we've all said or ups and downs for Destiny as a whole over the years, the near decade, it's still pretty successful, and especially since they branched off of Activision and still are going strong, in my opinion. That's good. Good on Bungie. But in the midst of that, PlayStation announced that they were looking to release 10 live service games by 2026. I think that's what they said. By 2026, they want to release 10 live service games, which is pretty wild. So they could be shooters, they could be other things. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on that? 'Cause I think that kind of popped up more late last week, early this week.
That kind of leads me to believe even more that they probably brought Bungie in to help with that, so to speak. Because right now they now own one of the best live service games in the market.
Essentially the first live service game.
Yeah.
The first long-term successful one.
The first long-term successful one that responded to the community.
Yeah.
Whether they responded the way we want them to respond every time, they did make changes. They did. Hey, buddy. Hey, hold on a second. Bungie, sorry for that, guys. Because Bungie has done so much in responding and everything like that, it has, I think, the push for companies to be more responsive when their games launch with problems. I think that was what people wanted. And I think in Respond, these companies decided everybody wants these long-running games that last 10 years and are always going to stay up and are never going to go down. And that's not really, I don't think that's what everybody really wants. And I don't know, maybe that is a more popular thing. But for me, that's not really what I'm looking for. And I feel like if you are going to do live service, then you've got to figure out some sort of combo. I think Destiny did a decent job of it, but Destiny had the microtransactions for a while, which is crazy when you still have to pay $70 for the expansion. And then you still want me to microtransaction in the middle. And then I still have to, you know what I mean? It was just a lot. And I feel like a lot of games do that. And I don't know. I don't know if it's overall good thing for more live service games. Cause what that sounds like is, it sounds like you're pushing more work on developers who are now going to have another game that they have to keep monitoring and watching, another community that you have to satisfy. And I don't know if these companies are really taking into consideration the people that you're anticipating playing your game. And then how many people do you want to play a game? If PlayStation has 10 live service games out there, how many of them are going to have 1 million+ players or to 5 million plus players. Like, how many of them are going to have that many? How can you switch between them? How do you have time? Like, that's Avengers right now. Like, I want to play other stuff. I just don't have time to go back to it right now.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks. Some people like
facts. I get that.
Shooters. Some people like Monster Hunter World type stuff. Some people like, you know.
But if you've got 10 of them, and we know how this goes, if it's 10, it's not that many genres. It's not going to be one live action racer, one live action. It'll be a couple different shooters but it'll be a couple different adventure games. It'll be a couple different. Which
Maybe
one
MMO,
hits
MMO.
enough for the most people to be like, yo, I want to play it. Like, does that shooter turn into Fortnite? Who knows? If it has microtransactions, is it free to play? If it doesn't have microtransactions, do you have to pay for it? All those different factors go into. I just don't know it's worth it to tell it. I don't know that this is a great thing. And I don't know if we'll actually see them all come out. Maybe not, but it worries me a little bit. Like, I don't know. Destiny is cool, but it's nowhere near a perfect game. You know what I mean? It's nowhere near perfect. We could talk about plenty of things over the last 10 years that have been, faulty with Destiny. So I just, I don't know.
Yeah. The live service thing is weird to me too. I'm kind of mixed on it because, like, I like when they because when they say that, they made sure to say immediately after, like, oh, that doesn't mean we're taking away from our single player game stuff. I mean, that's good, but at the same time, I have to like see that once you do make these announcements. But honestly, when they put that 10 number, that's such a high number within like supposedly 4 years. My thought process is that, knowing how Sony makes these really big games and stuff that take years already, my thought was like, okay, so they're going to try and do 10. What I'm thinking they're doing, they're going to kind of try and bank on maybe, even when they do 10, let's say 9 of them flop. Let's say one of them becomes like a banger and is really successful. I really feel like that's why they're green lighting.
Then put all the attention to that. And drop the others, let them die. Yeah, which isn't a good thing either, because there's somebody that loves those games probably, and now they're just left out in the cold. So
you might have purchased an NFT that only lives on the game. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do there,
man? That's another slippery slope too. Yeah, but not like real rap. That's really what my mind. That's where my head is at with that. Like, I do think that they're trying to. I can't imagine, because like you just said, Derek. Like, we've all had our own experiences with even if our main game we want to play as a live service, we don't have enough time to divvy for all that. And sure, that's us, older. I know there's like teenagers or 20-some-year-olds that they have more time to buy into this stuff. But I can't see all 10 being successful or getting a long-term, even 5-year support, 3-4 year support. I just don't see it. Just the idea, I can't see it. But it's interesting to say that altogether. And then, like some we kind of talked about before recording too, maybe we know PlayStation's already had this existing thing of like wanting to push more into movies and television. The Uncharted movie came out this weekend. I didn't know that until this morning. Yeah, because I saw a tweet that said, "Oh, they made this little money in the box office." I said, "What the fuck? This came out?"
Put that right on streaming.
Right, within a month.
Not going to
on PlayStation's store or whatever
for free. Right, I'm not going to the movies to watch your little.
Nah, I like Tom Holland, but not. I like Mark Wahlberg, but not that much. Yeah, Marky Mark, but not that much. But
see him in Jack and Daxter instead.
Shit. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's great.
If Sony's doing it, then maybe
we should talk about that fully next week.
we definitely can talk about that.
Yeah. Delve more into that next week, or whenever. So maybe they, like you said, maybe they want to do some like Destiny TV or movie related, as far as that's concerned too. I don't know, man. These acquisitions are getting more and more interesting as time goes on. It's only February. That was the big thing from last week. So, and I kind of want to shift gears to the next thing on the docket. PlayStation 4 and 5, more so we're 5, but 4 got some things too. They had a system update for the beta program this past week. And I found recently, Derek, we found recently that you, Derek, have access to the beta stuff. Which is interesting. Some of the main things they talked about in their little blog was that like there's party chat options for like making open and closed parties. You can do like share play directly from voice chat instead of just going to the share play section when you press the button, the home button. The biggest thing. I know, Ian, you can test this too. You can adjust the volume of. Well, okay, it's okay. This is only for PS4 though, not PS5. You can adjust the voice chat volume individually.
You can only do it for PS4.
No, you can do that on PS5.
I guess it already exists. Yeah, I guess it already exists on PS5.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was an update for PS4.
Yeah. I'm looking at the blog now, and I saw PS4 beta, and I was like, oh, okay. That's still good though.
Yeah,
that's still really good though, because I mean, there's still plenty of people on PS4 playing still. PS5 game based. They made. Oh yeah, so they changed the voice chats. They're called parties now.
Which is good.
Which is neat. Yeah, it's cool.
Wasn't it called parties before?
It was, right?
They were parties before. So that was the issue. They changed parties to voice chat, and then they did that whole game-based thing. And it was very confusing. And I think maybe for us, it wasn't as big of an issue because, we're older. I think, y'all were already using like Discord and stuff like that. So it was a little more natural and seamless to just whatever. We'll just hop on Discord and play a game versus, the party stuff. And the parties weren't always perfect or people didn't have perfect mics or whatever. So Discord is easier for most folks. But now, but from the beginning, because me, Sam, and Ant, we used to play like FIFA, shit like that. So we were trying to start parties and stuff before, and it was just so confusing. It was terrible. Like trying to find your friend to get to the game base to make the voice chat to do the it was too much. And then if you add somebody in, you can't kick them out of a voice chat. If you bring them in, like I remember one time we started a chat with things like me, Ant, Sam, and maybe Steven had joined in one day randomly, but he's not normally in our FIFA chat. So one time we got on to play FIFA, just to play FIFA, and he wasn't coming on. So it was like, oh, let's not start a chat with the chat that he's in because he's going to send him a notification or it'll try to get him to join the chat on his phone. Mm-hmm. Let's just join our own chat. But you got to make a new one from that. You can't just join that one and say or just kick him out from that one or whatever. It was a lot. So to just kind of revert it back to, you got your messages, you got your parties, you got this, just do that. Just make it simple again. I can talk to people here in my party. I can send messages here. I can do my shit here. And then it's that simple. I think that was a very good change. Changing it back to parties. They're trying to minimalize everything. Just make it all one. Then it was confusing. It was confusing and it made everything worse. And it was bad. So good change.
Good change. And then among other quality of life improvements, like in the game base, you can honestly, game base, they've made some stuff where you can create parties, create chats, and start share screening from like game base. You can do it from the create button as well. It just added more places of doing similar things, which is good. It's less clicks. But sometimes I will be clicking back and forth a lot, just
trying to find certain stuff.
Yeah. And then one thing that I really like and kind of gets us a step closer to a nudge forward into folders coming back is you can pin specific games on your home screen. And according to the blog, you can have a total of 14 games and apps appear on your home screen. So what I'm guessing that means is 14 games and 14 apps since they're segregated on their own separate little tabs on the.
You can pin the apps on the same screen as the games.
No.
No, I think that's what this. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's find out. We can find out right now
because that's a big deal.
No. I think it's Derek's about to find out, but I think it's separated because the apps are in their own separate thing.
Yeah, they're in their own. So that's what I'm saying. It would be nice to not have less clicks involved in getting.
I didn't know there was more than 15 or more than 14 apps on there though, because I don't have many apps installed.
No, I don't. That's why I think it's together, because I don't think there's 14 apps even in total.
If it's together, that's a big deal.
I think and that's what I'm about to see, because I think what it's trying to say, because the way I understood it, and I think I did make a post that it was broken down. It's not that. It's not like 14 games as a whole. It's something different.
Okay.
7 and 7.
So the blog is lying.
No.
Or they just didn't word it well.
Because you can put HBO Max and say keep in home. You could do Disney and say keep in home. So keep in home is what the selection looks like. If I could share, I can't. No, I can't share my screen for me. Yes, I could. I could turn it on to OBS and do it, but I'm not going to do it. Anyways, the point is, you can tag these things to your home page and say keep it home, but that's on the media tab. Yeah. So my thing is, so I mean, technically you can't, Draw is right. It will stay under the media tab, but it will stay at the front of it. So even if you have a bunch, now I don't know who uses their PS5 for that many different apps. I still believe that it's not the most convenient thing.
Yeah, it's not perfect
to stream your apps on or anything like that. Even though it's way better than it was, just don't think it's the most convenient. Get a Google TV. I just but you can pin them so that if you do have all the different apps downloaded here, you can sort through them or keep your most popular ones at the front. And right now it's 1, 2. Well, that's a standard one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all the apps I have on here. I only have 6 apps here anyway. But you could, I guess, conceivably add up to, I think it's 14 in total though still. I think it's 14 between the two. Let me see. Y'all keep talking. We can keep talking about it, but I'm just going to put all 6 of these apps on keeping home. So, so that I know I have at least 6. And then the number is 14 that they said is the max. I just want to see if you can do that. That's something I hadn't. Oh, I can't even. Oh, yeah. See, you can keep a maximum of 5 games and 5 media apps.
Oh. In one screen?
No, that's just what you can keep. So I'm on the media screen and it won't let me keep Peacock on home. It won't let me add Peacock as a on home one, as a pin to home, because I already have 5 media ones tagged. If that makes more sense. Same thing with 2K. I have 2K tagged. I tagged FIFA. I tagged Madden. Let me just tag MLB The Show. Why not? Just because it's here. And then Jedi Fallen Order. I'm about to do a replay of that. But then now I can't add any more games to keep it home. So I don't know where that 14 number comes from, because even combined it's 10. But
that's weird then. I don't know why it's on the blog then. I have a total of 14. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, maybe in addition to
I think it's like
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't know.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 16, right? I was thinking maybe in addition to what's locked, but the 10 that are locked, I still have 6 in addition. So I don't know where that number 14 comes from.
I don't know either. Okay, well, I trust you versus the blog.
Well, I mean, I just did it on it.
I know, that's why. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I trust you more than what they're saying in the blog.
That's really interesting. Maybe there's a setting somewhere. Maybe I can go look through the settings and see if maybe there's like a setting that is limiting. Maybe you can extend how many you can keep, but I don't know. Right now it says 5. So
yeah,
there you go, folks.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few other things on here still. I just remember going through. Your trophy UI update. Is it really? Okay, because the blog they just have a picture and it looks like the cards look different. That's all I see.
So I haven't been able to take advantage of it yet because I don't know exactly what game would show me. That's why one of the reasons I re-downloaded Jedi Fallen Order, just to see if that might fall in line with it.
Game,
but it's supposed to help you like progress to like your next most convenient trophy. So like say I open FIFA and I'm playing like, say I just open FIFA and then I open the trophy like thing, the little trophy list or whatever. The one that's at the front should be like whatever I'm closest to. So it could be like, so say all I have to do now FIFA is weird because, or sports games are weird because you get random trophies for little things. Like it could be just like play a game at night or something. You know what I mean? So that could be like, it could have a bunch of those. But if you're in a game like Pokemon, right? And say you haven't really been counting, but you've been collecting those wisps. And now, you know, the suggestion on the way PlayStation is talking about it, the suggestion for that would be, oh, it's weird. It's catching my voice for all of this. That's really weird. But the suggestion for that would be like, oh, you're, you know, I don't know, however many wisps. Let's just say it's 200. I know it's less than that, but, or more, maybe, I don't know. But let's say it's 200 wisps. You have 190. So you only need 10 more to complete this trophy. Like that is what it should do. I just haven't really been able to get evidence that it's actually doing that with these games. Like, I don't know if the games have to turn something on to integrate. That's why I think this beta lasts so long. Because I think maybe some of the games have to update themselves to allow themselves to be tracked this way. And it also might be a thing where we have to give certain permissions for PlayStation, the game, to communicate your progress with them so that it can stay up to date to know like what's the best trophy to suggest to you next. I don't know exactly how the technology works. They didn't really lay that out, but that's what should happen with that trophy, which I do think is a cool thing if it works. I just haven't been able to see it, directly working. So,
well, what a great new game like Horizon Forbidden West.
Went out this weekend.
Collect all the dinosaurs. Yeah, that should be cool. All the different like collectibles and stuff for Horizon. That should show us. Horizon is Friday, right?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Oh, reviews drop tomorrow. It's gonna be a crazy week.
I don't have Horizon pre-ordered, folks.
Okay,
I have.
Well, I'm just poor. I just
same here. Yo, that winter storm really effed up a nigga's gas bill. So we.
Oh yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, real rap. I saw my gas bill and I was like, "How much?" So I'm chilling.
Yep, I'm chilling.
The highest.
I bought Pokemon down this Patrice. That was kind of my last. That was kind of the last.
Yeah,
the last two.
That was the last hit.
Pokemon is it, man.
I mean, it was worth it, but that was the last one.
I'm just glad Kirby is late March.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, that Kirby looked really good.
It is. It does.
God damn it.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Well, that's what we're going. Well, we just. Well, that's what we're going into anyway, right?
The very last thing, and you kind of mentioned it before, just a moment ago. Yeah, the voice command feature. Hey, PlayStation.
Yeah.
When I read this, I thought Connect, and I was like, "What?" But I thought again, and I remember when Cam and I had the old apartment, he had the PlayStation camera for his PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. I don't remember if that did commands or not. I feel like it did. It did. He didn't use it because, like, I guess it just didn't work well or something.
I feel like
it works okay, but it's not.
It works okay. You still have to use the controller to use the voice commands. And if I have the controller in my hand already,
that's fine.
I'm just going to go click on it, bro.
I'm just going to click. Yeah.
Unless in the middle of a game, I can press the button and say, "Hey, PlayStation, pull up Forbidden West," and it just pulls it up in the middle of another game. Then that's less clicks technically.
Or a show. I mean, my thing is like, maybe we just old, bro, but it's very easy. Turn on the console, just scroll to the game and click it and it starts. I don't really. I'm sorry, man.
Boomer.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Whatever you say.
That game works when you click it, bro. I don't know what to tell y'all niggas, man. I sat here like a dummy. I was like, yo, if my neighbors can hear me, I sound stupid. I'm just hearing, hey, PlayStation.
Yeah,
and the shit not listening, the shit just looking at me crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they'll flesh it out. It'll be more responsive, it'll work better, it'll be more like convenient, but this shit wasn't convenient, bro. I was like, hey, PlayStation, and it was like, hey, what would you like to do? And I was like, open FIFA, and it was like, which FIFA would you want to open? Do you want to search the store for a different FIFA?
That's a good question, though.
No, it's not. I want to play the FIFA that I purchased. What you mean? The one I got 100 hours in. That's the one I want you to open. Open that one.
They add a number after each FIFA, bro. They just want to know, bro.
No, it's only one on the damn console. Nigga. If you don't don't ask me if I want to buy shit. I said play the game. Don't ask me if I want to buy some new shit. No.
Would you like to
purchase?
Would you like to purchase another FIFA?
You know how broke I am. You see the wallet.
You see the wallet.
I ain't zero.
I can't. Ain't shit in there, man. What are y'all doing?
Not a smart voice recognition.
Yeah, that's it. It just needs to be bumped up a little bit and a little more.
Maybe shorten the damn name for it.
Yeah.
Sony, maybe.
Command.
Hey,
Sony. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. PlayStation is just
hey,
too
PS5.
long.
Hey, PlayStation. You just sound like a dork. I sound like a dork by myself.
That's, you know what? That's, I read the blog and it says voice command and in parentheses preview, US and UK limited release. Yeah, that's why. But at the same time, they should just make it say hey PS5 because everyone, all as English speakers say PS5 for short already.
Man, just stop playing and just give Google the integration. Put it in the goddamn shit, man. Hey Google.
Man, I don't know if y'all. I don't know
already smooth.
Nope. Oh, damn it.
I don't know if y'all want that.
I was like, look at what Ian just did to himself.
I don't know if y'all want that. You're looking my phones away. No, you don't.
Sounds like
I watched the YouTube video where the dude said, hey Google in the exact way. And my phone, in addition to everybody in the comments, was like, oh, my phone, my tablet, my this went off, and my speakers went off. And my shit be going off randomly, so no, you don't want that. You don't want to wake up and it'd be like starting Destiny 2. Like, you don't want to hear that,
bro. Like, relax, dog. That's not what I was trying to do, man.
God. Starting Horizon Forbidden West. Like, you don't want to hear that at like 3 in the morning. Kyro's
trying to go take a piss. Relax.
I guess I'm playing Destiny 2 now. While we're at it.
Destiny gaming, I guess. Yeah,
oh shit. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want those problems. But yeah, so yeah, interesting updates all together. I don't know when us plebes with regular access to PlayStation updates will get it. Maybe in March, I guess. Yeah. So and then of course the final thing in console T, we had the Nintendo Direct this week, the first of 2022. All I gotta say, okay, I'm gonna say this. As far as like diversity and stuff and new things, I think it's probably their best Direct that they've done.
Yeah,
I dead ass
easily
so.
Something for everybody.
I think it's the best one. So I'm gonna run through it from okay, here are my notes here. All right, I'm gonna run through it from beginning to end. I'm not gonna waste too much time on things outside. I mean, there's gonna be a few things we're gonna spend time on, but what they announced. So they opened it. They showed a new Fire Emblem Warriors game, like a Dynasty Warriors. They call Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes. It's supposed to be like a alternate story of the stuff from the characters from the Fire Emblem Three Houses game. 3 characters. Looks good. Looks good. They're doing the same thing like they did with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, with that being all Breath of the Wild alternate universe stuff. Looks good. It comes out June 24th. Then they showed Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. It's a remake of the first 2 Advance Wars from the Game Boy Advance. They officially showed the new release date of April 8th. It was supposed to come out last December, but they pushed it back to just spring. So yeah, April 8th is the new one, the new date. The only thing new that they announced and showed was apparently all the characters, and they do their little attacks and stuff. They have like these little mini cutscenes that pop up. They're fully voiced now, which is cool. And they kind of gave a glimpse of the 4-player online, which seems pretty cool. I think that online's gonna be underrated, but now the first what the fuck port is this announcement is they announced No Man's Sky. Which I mean, some parts of it looked okay, but at the same time, it's No Man's Sky on the Switch like 6 years later, however long it's been. And the game is fine now, but I feel like everyone that's gone back into the game after all the updates and it's good are playing on PlayStation or Xbox or PC. So I mean, I'm curious how that'll do. It's coming out summer this year, summer 2022. Now the big okay, Nintendo, finally you listened announcement. Mario Strikers Battle League. They did it. They fucking did it. They bought Next Level Games. That's not for this reason though. But they bought Next Level Games, and Next Level is like, I got you, fam. They haven't confirmed that they're doing this, but I mean, it can't be anybody else. They're doing a new Mario Strikers soccer game. Yeah, it's gonna have.
It comes out June 10th, so
it's immediate.
Somebody did it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they dropped Luigi's Mansion back in like excuse me. They dropped Luigi's Mansion back in 2019, so there's more than enough time. It's sample time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it looks great.
It was Next Level Games for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna have like 8-player local multiplayer. They're gonna have full online. The characters can have like gear, which I was surprised to see that. So that can affect their stats. You can have your own football clubs. So okay, Derek. So when you saw the football club stuff, what is that?
That's pro clubs.
It's FIFA, right? That's pro clubs. Okay, cool.
That's pro clubs.
So it
no
seems.
packs.
So it sounds
no packs.
No packs. Yeah, Nintendo isn't. They haven't gone.
Which is smart. I mean, they also have a limited roster, so it'd be unless Nintendo was trying to integrate real life soccer players into the game, which is something that I think they could do in the future if they really wanted to go that route, a cool little route, like a little backyard soccer type route. They could do something like that.
Interesting.
But I would expect them. I don't know how Nintendo would do things, but if I were them, I would find some of the best players around the world and start integrating them in. Same thing they used to do with backyard soccer, backyard baseball, backyard football. They get a couple of the most popular players in the
kid versions of those players.
Make them as kids, put them in the game. They don't have to necessarily be kids in this, but they can be more goofy, cartoonish versions of them. Yeah, they can do crazier stuff. Ronaldo can still be good. all that type of stuff. I'm just trolling soccer fans who don't watch this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, real talk though. I mean, NBA Street Volume 3, the GameCube version had Mario, Luigi, and Peach playable.
Yeah,
Mario, Luigi, and Peach playable, which still looks weird to this day. I remember seeing the trailer on IGN.
But that's the type of stuff they could do here, and that's
they could. It's not they've had they've had human characters with Mario characters in these sports games a long time ago, so it's possible. And I think with the leagues too, or the clubs, you can just do like club versus club matches and stuff, which that seems fire. I'm trash at soccer games, as y'all should know by now. But I might get this. Maybe I'll get this.
Yeah, I put down soccer games because
this will be some good stream content. People can laugh at me playing bad. Maybe I'll put some clickbaity stream tile like, can FIFA stack up to Mario, the new Mario Strikers, and then like get a bunch
that's my first stream title. What are you talking about?
Okay, fine. All right, fine.
That's how we coming in. All right, my first stream title might just be fuck FIFA.
I won't steal you. Yeah.
We out.
We out.
Off that. We off that.
FIFA Nintendo exclusive? No.
Facts.
No. But hey, I'll let that be your bag though. If that's your title, I won't make it that. I'll look for yours first. So that's June 10th, like we said. They showed Splatoon 3. It's not what I expected, but I should have expected it. They showed a little bit of the Horde mode again, it's called Salmon Run, but it's called Salmon Run Next Wave. Honestly, of all the Splatoon 3 announcements so far between the directs, this is probably the least interesting. Not saying it's not exciting, but it's the least interesting just because it looked very similar to the stuff in Splatoon 2. They showed, a couple of new special moves. They showed the main new thing is that in between the waves, the hordes are going to have these specific boss salmonid characters that come in. Like they have one that looks like those freaking carnival rides where like you spin around the rope at the top going in circles. They call it the fish stick. The Splatoon is the puns are everywhere. But yeah, so they showed that, and they show you can the objective of those games is not just to kill things, but you're supposed to when you kill things, you're supposed to pick up these gold eggs. You're supposed to deposit them at this one area, and that's how you get like progression. But you can toss the gold eggs to people now, which only in a Nintendo game you can hype up like throwing an objective item to another player. But that's good regardless. The one thing that sucked about this, in my opinion, still no firm release date. It just says summer 2022. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I think all the Splatoon folks are expecting a July release, especially now, a July release, unless it pushes into August. But yeah, so that's that. And now we get into more things that I don't really know about. So they showed this game that apparently was like a tactical game from the Super Nintendo days called Front Mission First. It used to be, I think it was made by Square or whatever. I honestly, when it came up, as much as I like to read up on game stuff, I didn't know anything about this. So it's a remake. It's like a top-down, little tile-based tactical game, strategy game. And then they announced the second one called Front Mission Second or Two is getting a remake, which apparently has never gotten a remake before. But that's cool for those fans. I don't think they put a release date for those, but I think the first one is the summer and the second one is in the future. Now the next one they showed Disney Speedstorm. That's that racing game that has like Disney and Pixar characters. Now it's made by the dudes that made Asphalt 9, which is dope because that game is fun. And it's got like the cool like spin around, destroy people mechanic and stuff. I believe that's coming to all the consoles, not just the Switch. Honestly, even though it was here in the direct and they announced it, I'll probably try that on PlayStation.
Yeah, I'll probably try to play as Mr. Incredible or something. I don't know.
Yeah, give me Frozone. They don't have Frozone. I'm canceling on Twitter.
Yeah, if you don't got Frozone,
it's free to play, bro.
And it's free to play. Oh yeah, and it's free to play.
Yeah, it's free to play.
Yeah. That
free 99.
And Asphalt 9 was a good game, bro. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a not really pay to win necessarily. You can pay to make it easier.
That's not even my issue with the game. The Asphalt 9.
I guess Asphalt 9, I don't know. I didn't really have any issues for it. It was free. I never spent any money on it. And if I did, I might have spent like $5 or something to get like something unlocked faster because I wanted it.
Yeah, but I don't care about that stuff.
That's about it for me. I didn't think it was like the worst. If this is anything similar to that with more obviously with like recognizable characters and like cool carts and stuff like that, I don't see how it's bad.
I just didn't like the menus and stuff in Asphalt 9. It looked like they just copied the mobile stuff and pasted it on the console.
Oh well, yeah, that's fair.
It just was confusing. It was so like confusing. They had all the mobile stuff in my face. It kind of soured me and wanted to play more of the racing stuff. And the racing stuff was so short. So in between that, it was just like, oh, you upgrade this?
And you still need, and you had to get like tickets to race, or you have to have the like,
you
gotta have stamina or whatever to race or whatever it is. So stuff like that was annoying. Hopefully they cut stuff like that out of this, but.
Yeah, so the core gameplay is cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't have any problem with that. It was just like, make the base game is good. Gameplay is good. So, but it's coming summer on everything, not just Nintendo. So the next one confused the hell out of me, actually. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. So I remember we used to talk about this game a bit in college. But the thing that confused the hell out of me is when I was watching it, because I had to rewatch it later because I was busy with work. I didn't watch it live. I looked at the graphics and I was like, I don't remember this game looking this bad back in 360. And I looked it up further, like people like, doing their little reviews and reaction stuff. And it turns out there was a Wii version of this game, like an entirely, like a different Force Unleashed game that was on the Wii. And it apparently some people liked it a bit better than the 360 one, apparently, because I guess it has more 1v1 lightsaber battles or something. I don't know.
More interactive.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's
yes. Oh, I do remember this.
Yeah.
I do remember it, but people
the graphics.
I thought I remember people not liking it.
I'm basing off like 2 or 3 video or things people discussing.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like the other one is trash. It was more like maybe they preferred this one because they did a couple of things different. But yeah, it confused hell out of me because I was like, 360 graphics weren't this bad. And then when I found out it was a Wii version, I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. The Wii, those are Wii graphics. Wii graphics are just slightly souped up PS2 graphics. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool.
I had to look it up. Yeah, they made different versions because
that was just how it was back then. The Wii was so popular.
And the Wii was popular with the nunchuck and everything. So it was more, I think that's what people liked it. It gave them more of the lightsaber experience type thing. But the graphics were always bad. The graphics were bad then. And we knew that, which is why a lot of like Star Wars fans who played it on PS3 or Xbox 360. I mean, we're like, I don't really want to play it on a Wii. Not a knock to Wii. It's just I don't think that's the system.
The Wii was just so much more weaker than the 360 and PS3.
I mean, they didn't look good.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I thought, okay, that's Star Killer or whatever. Okay, that's this old buddy. But when I saw it, I was just like, what the hell are these graphics? It's done by the same dude that the people that call Aspire Media. They're doing a lot of the Star Wars ports, just older Star Wars ports. Maybe they're doing this version because maybe the other version is like on Xbox backwards compatibility or something, and this version never got released. So whatever.
Yeah, because I think the only play you can play that on PlayStation right now is on PlayStation Now.
Yeah. So okay, that's fine. And it comes out April 20th. They officially showed. I don't know actually. The Aspire stuff are usually priced pretty well. Like a lot, like when they did the Star Wars pod racing from the N64, and then they did what's the other games? KOTOR. They put out KOTOR. And they put stuff out on PlayStation, Xbox as well. I think they're usually like between $15, $20, about the sweet spot. So yeah, they're usually priced pretty well. And then like limited run games will get like a physical release or some shit.
I don't think this gets a physical at all, right?
I don't think so. I didn't see one because I followed.
I didn't see an
announcement. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So do you still get to use the motion controls?
I don't know. I would hope so. I think I don't know. I have no clue. Well, no, I think one of the games it does. Okay. One of the games they did
use the Nintendo Joy-Con motion controls to truly feel the destructive power of the Force or challenge a friend to a 1v1 in the local multiplayer dual mode. That's what people liked.
It was okay. That's what it is then. Yeah, because I've never heard of dual mode.
Okay, PvP. What?
Oh, that's interesting. All right. Okay. That's interesting. April 20th. that specific date. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy it, but I'm gonna keep an eye on reviews and stuff.
It's $20. I might be into that by April.
20 is not bad. I mean, lightsaber battles, why not?
4 gigs, yeah. Lightsaber
4
battle. Yo,
that's
I'm
enough.
definitely beating y'all ass with a lightsaber.
Wait, so it's online? It's online or
Probably not.
No, it's local multiplayer.
Local multiplayer.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll pull up and whoop your ass.
I mean, that makes sense. Weekdays, they're just barely tipping into
You gotta beat me in Mario.
Yo, in
before you can even talk.
Oh,
to me
wait.
Star Wars.
So we're doing it. Oh, Mario's. Ooh, okay. Some footy action.
And me and Mario Strikers would go the exact same way as Costa Rica playing Guyana. Right.
Oh my lord! He brought the entire.
You had to go there. You had to go.
I just had to go. I hit it hard. Had to reset this.
He went 0 to 60 in
just had to hit it. Right? So
we're a cricket.
Cricket nation. Yeah, facts. And I don't see y'all talking to India or none of them boys. I ain't seen y'all out there for none of that either. So don't
me being a basic African American.
You know when niggas be like, nah, we don't even play basketball up here. We play football, and y'all niggas suck at that too. What
we focus more on the Olympics.
I have no Latin American roots, bro. I'm just
our swimming team is pretty.
Yeah, I feel you. What y'all track and field look like, man? Y'all got good badminton squad. Good badminton squad.
Badminton can go hard though.
Yeah,
badminton can go hard.
Trash.
Asian they need Ian got that. They got
maybe
that.
not.
They didn't kill.
Guyana need Ian out there, man, for the badminton tournament.
They can't afford me, man.
They're still going. I'm really talking like this. I'm talking like this for Derek when he's editing, so you can listen to everything. You'll know. But oh shit. Yeah, again, that Mario Shark's gonna be crazy. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. Assassin's Creed the Ezio collection overdue Switch ports are happening. I think later this month in February. Whatever,
Don't buy that.
People are gonna wait 3-6 months for it to be $10-$15 to buy for cheap.
Will it? Will it go that low?
The Rebel collection, which is the was it Black Flag and Rogue? Was it those 2 games? Yeah, I think it was just those 2 games. I've seen it go as low as like 15. So yeah, it's
oh wow,
it's gonna happen. All this Assassin's Creed just plummet, and Ubisoft knows that for sure. Which is why they did this version. Okay, so they announced one of those Gundam games called SD Gundam. I think they're more like a chibi-ish. I'm not sure how these games play, but I think they're like third-person action games, but they're kind of the mechs are shrunk, so there's more of them on a field or whatever. They're popular in Japan. I'll say that. I didn't catch the release date for that. Let's just say this summer because everything was like spring or summer. Chrono Cross remaster. Never played any of the Chrono RPGs by Square. I know that was a PlayStation game. And it was rumored late last year. It's coming April 7th. It's full. It just looks the same type of a game to me, except the resolution is a little better. And it's gonna have some like exclusive content called what was it called? The Digital Rebel. What was it called? The Radical Dreamers. Radical Dreamers. That sounds cool, but whatever. April 7th on everything, not just Switch. Well, not everything. It's on Switch and PlayStation. I don't know about Xbox. They probably don't get this. Okay, Kirby. Okay, here we go. So they showed another trailer for Kirby. So they showed a couple of new mechanics in the game. They showed what's called mouthful mode.
Deep throat.
Hey, no, you're not playing. It's what's happening. So yeah, so Kirby, Kirby Wild. So yeah, Kirby has this thing called mouthful mode is basically where Kirby he copies abilities, whatever, but he can also absorb inanimate objects, but he doesn't swallow them all the way. It's all right. Okay, so listeners, I'm so sorry, bro.
I'm not mature enough for this at all. I'm sorry.
There's no good way to describe this. Oh man, it's actually really hard. All right, so okay, so Kirby basically, man, Kirby's
out here sucking it all up, spitting it out.
So he doesn't just get sword abilities or flames, whatever. He he absorbs a car, but he doesn't. Whatever. We're gonna rip the Band-Aid off. He doesn't swallow it all the way. He just is on top of the car. He can drive around with it on the car in the world. And that's not just the thing. He can absorb like a cone, and he can use that and become pointy on the top and like puncture things. He can copy. What was the thing? It was like a big, like a racket, not a racket. It was like something. Oh, a light bulb. You can absorb a light bulb and walk around and light the way. And it's so wacky, but in the context of Kirby, it's probably gonna be fun because it's Kirby and it's whatever.
Yeah. So this is Mario Odyssey Kirby edition.
I'm clowning.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Kind of, sort of, yeah. Yeah, like just describing it is the craziest thing. But if you watch the trailer, it will still be crazy. Right, but when you see the gameplay, you're like, oh, okay, I see. This looks fun day one.
No, it looks fun. It looks like one of the most fun Kirby games I've seen in a while.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's going to be the best Kirby, easily.
I'm just making jokes because it's funny, but yeah, no.
It is funny. Good. That's like,
is there a multiplayer component to this game?
There's a 2-player local multiplayer.
Fantastic.
But that's all you need right there, boy.
But I don't think the second player can play as another Kirby. You can play as Waddle, or what they call him, Bandana D, which is just like the spear, which is probably gonna still be fun though. But unless they're hiding it, because they did that for the other one Kirby game a long time ago. They
bring in like another Kirby or something like that, and you just get two Kirbys running around.
Two Kirby's mouth.
It's not enough.
2 Kirby's deep throat. What more do you need?
Co-op mouth action.
Yo. Threesomes, if you will.
Ayos.
Co-op mouth action.
Ayos everywhere.
Yeah, threesomes anymore, man. It's just co-op mouth, man. It's just some co-op mouth, bro. And it's gender neutral. It's gender neutral. Oh, yeah. It doesn't offend any communities. Anybody could be co-op mouth. They ain't judging.
Anybody could be co-op mouth.
Anybody could be out here getting the co-op mouth, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. Let me bring it back. I'm fucking dying over here, yo. I'm dying. Okay.
Yo, people aren't gonna understand why we think this is so funny. Oh my goodness.
People gonna clip this one part. Okay, and then the last, the other 2 parts is they went to detail the hub area called Wallaby Town, which is when you go through I think you have to save the Wallabies in the world. And you have to find them and stuff. And as you find them, they'll open shops and stuff in the hub world. And there's another thing you can do, which is brand new. This is brand new. It's really cool. It's pretty much, it's kind of back to like normal Kirby stuff. Apparently, you can like upgrade your abilities. So like they show like you can get fire and then make it like Inferno or something, which is like a stronger fire basically. And then they have like Dragon, which is like just like a big stream of fire everywhere and stuff. Yeah, and they showed a few others like Hammer being really like a big hammer. They showed a gun being like a full the little pop gun they have. I think it was like a bigger, it's like sniper rifle or whatever. You shoot faster. Overall game looks quality, man. Like Kirby games are just fun, quick fun platformers are fun. That's still March 25th, and that's the day one. Okay, here we go. The show, MLB The Show 22. I didn't expect them to show this here, and they show gameplay, and it don't look good, bro. It don't look hot, bro. Can
I just kill this whole thing right here? Never buy a realistic sports game on the Switch. Let me just tell y'all that. That's not what it's for. It's not what the game is for. Your kid will hate you. I promise you. Look, I get it. If the Switch is the only thing they've ever experienced, I'm going to tell you it's going to last about a week. It's going to last until they get to a friend that has a console, and then they play the game for real. And they're like, yeah, I'm good at this game. And they get on there and they're like, wait, this is actually realistic. The games on the Switch, they're all bad. None of them are good. They always reduce some of your access to some part of the game. Fine. Which one? No, it's terrible. Games are fun.
No, that's terrible too?
They are not. Listen. I've been the guy. Trust me. As a guy who plays sports games, like a lot of sports, I've been playing sports games my whole life. I love sports games. So I'm into this. I play them on my main console. I always have owned pretty much whatever the latest sports game is between not always Madden. Madden is a more recent thing. I always catch those on like big sales. But FIFA, 2K, MLB, I pretty much always have those before the next cycle. And I've played them all, like the same version on the console and on Switch. It's terrible. It is just terrible. I promise you there is I think on the Switch, I think there's RBI baseball. Go buy that. Yeah, go buy any sort of simulator arcadey style baseball game. Any arcadey style sports game.
We just need
That's
backyard
better
baseball back.
than
We
this.
just need backyard baseball back.
Well, yeah, but they don't want to listen to me, so
They don't want to listen.
Humongous Entertainment hates me
I
personally.
mean, they just put Freddy Fish on the Switch.
Yeah. And,
So maybe
but Freddy Fish, they keep talking about that Putt Putt and Freddy the Fish. They've been talking about those for years, bro. I feel like that's one of the ones they won't let go. They celebrate all the anniversaries and everything. You never hear Humongous Entertainment talk about backyard sports.
It might be the licensing.
They don't
It might just be
tweet
the
it.
licensing,
Bro, but but they can still be able to talk about their own original characters. They don't talk about Pablo, Pete, none of the
Pablo
characters
was that one though.
Pablo, that guy,
He was
Pete
that
Wheeler,
guy.
my
He
dude.
was that
Like,
guy.
come
He
on,
was
bro.
that boy,
But they're not
man.
talking about the backyard. They don't even just talk about backyard sports. They don't even have to give us the licensed players. You could just give us the players that y'all created in the game. They were fun enough on their own. Just make a couple more.
They can make similar characters, like stats wise, and
Just make more of those and put them in the game.
They can make pun names or whatever.
Bruh, to me, if Nintendo was smart, and I get it because they're not like American based, and I think Humongous Entertainment is American based, but if Nintendo was smart, if I was Nintendo, if I ran Nintendo, or at least Nintendo North America, I would be calling Humongous Entertainment every day and saying, yo, what does it take for us to get your backyard for y'all to produce backyard games, or us can license it and put them on our platform. And license new ones. Like that could be Switch's primary sports franchise. Backyard baseball, hockey, soccer, football, basketball. They had every backyard sport that you could want out there.
Yeah.
And you could do that here. They can expand it. How easy would it be for them to make backyard tennis? Now I get it. Like, you don't want them competing against necessarily. If they're trying to just do like all the Mario sports and bring them all back, then whatever. But you have a shot with something like this that can be more realistic. That's not as crazy and wild as the Mario stuff, because Strikers is going to be more like a Rocket League than it is going to be FIFA. But
yeah,
you know what I mean. But it's going to, but it's still in that style. The backyard sports games were more like the FIFAs than they are the Rocket Leagues and stuff like that. So you can still have that. Whatever, man. I'm just talking out my ass, I guess. Though no one wants to listen to me. I need to start my own gaming company.
Yeah, if they listen to me, Nintendo, then
where's Roman? He got his console need games.
He's working on it still. I think he's just working on like speeding up stuff on the menus.
Tell him to call Humongous Entertainment, man.
Maybe. I actually, you know what? I messaged him yesterday I commented on some on IG yesterday because he was just they were up there at the Korean place. But anyway, shout out to Roman, at least for me. So the show 22.
What? We cutting this out of the show. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
You can't say shout out to Roman, at least for me. You can't do that.
Oh, well, I'll flag that. I'll flag that as an edit. But anyway.
Oh man, yo. I mean, I get it, but also
might be. We'll edit that.
That's gotta go. Can't keep that in, man. That sounds bad. I got nothing to give Roman, man.
All right. The MLB Show 22. Maybe it'll look better when it comes out, but until then, still later down the line release. Kingdom Hearts collection, all cloud games. I think they're out next week or now. I don't know. They come out this month. I personally don't care about these
at all.
Yeah,
at all.
That's y'all.
I'm so far removed from Kingdom Hearts, which is sad for me to say.
All right.
Oh no, I'll still load up. I got the Kingdom Hearts. I got the Kingdom Hearts collection on my on the PS5. I'll still load that up and play Kingdom Hearts 2 whenever I want to, or Kingdom Hearts. I'll play Kingdom Hearts 1 every now and again, but then I get mad at the controls and put it down. But 2, yeah, I'll still run it. And Birth by Sleep. I'll run Birth by Sleep on the PlayStation, but I'm never buying the cloud versions on Switch. Are you joking? Yeah.
I won't buy the cloud versions anywhere.
I wouldn't buy the cloud versions anywhere, but definitely not on my phone. Come on, man.
That's the worst case scenario of these games.
Literally the worst case. Like, bro, just hold it for another year and put out physicals or something.
3 on cloud, sure. But the other ones? No, Square. Y'all skimped out. And
no.
The worst part is they are going to make some money off that because Switch base is too large. So whatever. But on to something more interesting that is glad to come back. Klonoa Klonoa Fantasy Riviere Collection. I think that's what it's called. Basically remakes of the first two Klonoa games. Now, Klonoa games, I've only really played a demo of the second one. The Friends PS2 years ago. They're like cult classics almost. But they're made by Namco platformers, 2D. They're kind of like those type of 2D platformers where like the world kind of scrolls as you're running across it and going up and down stuff. But they're just really charming platformers. That's really all they were. They're always wanting to play one of these, like for real. But it just, I missed out on the Wii version back in the day. I didn't even think about it then. But I don't know. Now I'm down to try these. And they come out July 8th. And they come out on everything too, including Xbox, surprisingly. So everything is July 8th. If you like 2D platformers, really charming, like PS1, N64 era platformers, I highly recommend checking it. They're good games. Okay, so next thing, Derek. Portal 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch. And so I feel like somebody at Nintendo maybe. I feel like, because I used to jokingly say this to like Cam back in like when the Switch first came out, or 2018 at the earliest, at least, where I'd be like, man, Portal will be great on a Switch because it's portable and you can just do some puzzles and just back out and do something else. But I know that will never happen because I don't think Valve is ever doing more games. They're just selling games on Steam and that's it. And then they announced this shit. And they're gonna have online for everything. Well, for 2. And they just that's wild. That's wild.
Gerard, owe me this, man.
I think it's time. It's time.
Yeah, man.
It's time.
I'm gonna play this with Crystal, man. I can't wait.
Portal is that
yes.
Shit, man. Y'all
telling her about it.
Y'all gonna enjoy this, man. Like I might run back through it with Ashley too. Like Portal is just one of those games you could keep. I mean, granted,
good.
And the thing is, I don't even remember. I don't remember a lot of the puzzles anymore, bro. Like
that's the best thing.
I gotta get back in form when we do this shit because me and Gerard was at a point, and then
Portal 2 the co-op was tough in Portal 2.
Bro, we had gotten good. Like we got to a groove, and then we hit. I can't remember if we hit a wall.
I remember one level we hit. We had to like use. Excuse me. We have to use like the blue, which makes you go faster. Yeah, and then the orange makes you bounce. Yeah, and there was like 3 tiers to it on the area. And it was like a bottomless pit with like water, bro. And I was like, "Yo, how do we get this ink over here about the water?" What I remember, and then after that, we never came back to the game.
No, and I think there's a bunch, bro. Like where y'all gotta like. I'm gonna make my portals here so you can jump and get there to make your portals so you can come back and so I can go get my Portal is one of those ones.
Portal's dope. These are classics.
Goated
classics. So I'm probably they just said summer. They didn't give a date. I'm gonna get these. I don't know if it's gonna be day one. It just depends on what I'm playing then and the price probably. If it's like 60, I'd be like, whoa. Well, I say that now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want to give them the 60.
Portal games are quality, especially 2. Yeah. I mean, 1 is good. No, 1 is all right. 1 is good on zone. I've only played Portal 1 once, and it was in one sitting, and it was like 4 hours, and I couldn't believe I sat down, played that game. It was that engrossed for 4 hours without stopping, basically, which is wild. And the Portal 1 is very short. Portal 2 is like about 3 times the length of Portal 1 on average. But yeah, that co-op. It now or never. I feel like now or never for sure.
I think I own Portal on Steam too, actually.
I do too, I know because I mentioned that.
Y'all had no excuse.
No, we didn't. Niggas is just lazy.
Yeah,
the Switch is way more convenient.
We
can play Portal right now. We can play Portal 2 right now.
I've said it on the pod before. I was like, yo, I have it on Steam.
I have it on. I'm pretty sure I bought it on Steam because Gerard said it, but
I did because I was like, yo, we can try the Steam remote play and see how the co-op works online. But this is just online.
But it's just the Switch though.
It's just the Switch. That's true. So yeah, summer. I know it's an old port, but that's one where it's like, oh man, these games they're classics. So yeah, Okay, so the next game. Now this is probably one of the bigger ones for me after researching a bit. So another Square, very, very obscure RPG that came out in the 90s when we were all like children or whatever. So there's this game called Live Alive. In that Octopath HD 2D art style where it's like retro but like nice and like anyway. So this apparently never came out in the West. This is the first time it's ever come out in the West. Apparently, hardcore RPG heads that be emulating and run ROMs and stuff. There's been a fan translation of this game people have played. I guess that's what I've learned in the past 3-4 days. Basically, what this game is an RPG where you have these different individual storylines that are not connected at all. They're like, there's one that's like a prehistoric era, one that's like old school China with like ninjas or whatever. And there's one that's like the Wild West, like Gunslinger RPG. And there's one that's like martial arts in current day Japan or something. There's one that's like near future. And there's one that's like distant future, like in space. And they all have their own different mechanics and storyline characters. And then that premise sounds dope to me. That sounds cool as hell. So, and it comes out July. I didn't jot down here. Damn it. I think it's July 22nd. It's late July. That game looks dope to me. And I play Octopath Traveler on Switch and enjoyed it. And this gives me those vibes. But since this game is older than Octopath, maybe Octopath took some from this game. So yeah, this looks good. And from the people I see on Twitter was popping off on this. People are like, "Oh man, this game is a cool classic. Oh man, if you like, you need to play this." Blah blah blah. So that looks great. Yeah, so that's July, I think 22nd. Okay, so now the next big holy shit Nintendo announcement. Wii Sports is back. Pretty much, they announced a spiritual. Well, it's like an iterative sequel called Nintendo Switch Sports, and they have like these characters that don't look like Mii's, but you can't play as Mii's in the game. They showed in the direct you can play as Mii. They had like a little quick demonstration, and they showed like tennis, and they showed they didn't show baseball. What else they showed out there? They showed bowling. I'm sure they showed bowling.
Yeah,
bowling. Yeah, badminton was one of the new ones, which that can be pretty cool.
Put
volleyball.
Volleyball is new, and then they showed soccer, which soccer just looks like. It sounds so stupid. It still looks like Rocket League.
It does.
Rocket League. Yeah.
It does. I'm okay with that's fine.
It's no problem. No problem at all.
They said golf. Fencing is what they showed.
Fencing was the other one. Yeah.
Sword thing. That was from Wii Sports Resort, but I never played that one. I just remember they showed that. It was like one of the things. It was like you're on like a circle platform above some water, and you had like fencing. That I think they call it some weird name like Chakram or Chunk. I don't know, some different name. But yeah, that's in the sword fighting one basically. And then golf is going to come out at a later date.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think this is genius that they're doing this. I don't know if it's genius to do it now or if they could have done it a year or two ago. But regardless, I think this is a genius move because the Switch is so popular. The Wii Sports, I mean, we saw it happen in real time. Wii Sports took the gaming world by storm for at least that holiday when the Wii came out.
Yeah, it was
in 2006.
Facts.
And
Derek ass and bowling pretty heavy.
Oh shit.
That's real funny because we can do it right now. We don't even need Wii Sports. Like
we can go to the bowling alley right now.
I will pull it. I'm on my way to your house. Like
no, they definitely dropped that board game collection thing. And
Clubhouse games.
Yeah, the Clubhouse games.
There is bowling in that.
Yeah, that's how they kind of mitigate it. I mean, that's the only thing I use that thing for is for the bowling. Like literally, that's it.
We did bowling that one day. We did. We all did.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we did.
We sure did. I forgot I had that. I need to pop that back.
Yeah, that's about the only Clubhouse games is cool. You know, let's get some games.
There's a few games I did on there,
but this is cool too, and it's only $40.
It's only $40. Now it's all motion controls, which I mean, I shouldn't have to say that, but for those that just for some reason never really knew about Wii Sports, or maybe younger listeners, Wii Sports was a really, really big deal in 2006. And those years after, it was a big deal.
Yeah, man. Pretty much sold the Wii.
It did. Console. It did. It sold the Wii remote. It sold the Wii. And yeah, it was just anyone could just play it. It was it was a big like thing. I remember that holiday year too. Like if you go into the stores or like GameStop or whatever, there was always a Wii kiosk. There's always a Wii kiosk, Wii Sports there, and you always see somebody playing damn tennis. Like it was
Tennis,
like
yeah.
I swear to God, every time you'd see it during that year, somebody was, oh wow, I'm telling me in a tennis game. Like it was like, wow. It just was like a revelation almost. But something like that. But yeah, Wii Sports is goated. So this is cool. That thing is really cool. There's gonna be an online play test this week coming up on the February 18th through the 20th. So I think next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. I don't know the times and stuff, but I think I'm doing that just to test out their online playability. I'm gonna try it for sure. I will try it because I want to see how the online plays.
You said it's not free to play, right? So.
No, it's 40. It's 40.
It's $40.
Oh, okay, only 40.
Yeah, I think if you buy 40 digital. I don't know if it's. I think in stores it's 50, but when you buy it in stores, you get the we call it the leg strap.
The leg strap, which I was gonna mention that the leg strap is really cool because that's something that we didn't have anything with the legs from Wii Sports before, right? So
you can play, you can kick with
I think that's for soccer.
Yeah, well, yeah, but imagine if they eventually like upgrade the technology. Not to say it'll be in this Nintendo Switch Sports one or whatever, or even on this Switch, but it could be on the next Switch or something like that. That they really kind of upgrade some of it to where you're doing maybe not too much, but maybe some little dribbling, maybe some little moves here or there.
Yeah, maybe
you can put some sort of spin on the ball, depending on how you do your thing. So yeah, I think it could be cool, depending on how you want to kick and all that type of stuff. It could be dope. So yeah, man, I like it. $40. The only thing I say is, and we'll get to it a second, I guess, when we talk about the Mario Kart stuff, but the only thing I wish is that, well, I really wish this was free with the expansion pass. I think this is one of those things that would convince people to buy that expansion pass. This right here. Agree. If this was free in the expansion pass, I think you'd have a bunch of people jumping on it. That being said, it's not. I wish there was at least a discount. But $40 isn't a bad price, so you're not going to see me complaining. But I do wish there was a little bit of a discount on this one for people in the expansion pass, just to kind of incentivize us to get into. Like, I don't know, it's just a little. I don't know. We'll get to it, but
we'll get to it
when we get to the Mario Kart thing. We'll see. The expansion pass is it's coming a little better.
And kind of looking nicer for sure.
All right,
looking nicer. Yep. So April 29th for that, just pretty soon, like 2 months. Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival, basically a taiko drum game. Taiko drum games you see in like arcades and every now and then. So that's got a new version. I think it's coming out in springtime. It's gonna have some new songs in here, like some Zelda and all that. So that's cool. Triangle Strategy. It's next. It's like Final Fantasy Tactics, like a tactical RPG. Has that same HD 2D art style. It's coming out March 4th still. It's like the 5th time we've seen this, I guess, in the past year. But it's coming out March 4th still. It's got a new demo that's out now, and that demo transfers to the full game. I think it goes up to the first 2 chapters. So they've done this ever since like the Octopath and the Switch came out. They announced the game, they drop like these retro looking RPGs. They drop a demo, they take feedback from demo, they wait months, and right before the game releases, they drop a second demo that's indicative of the final game with the improvements and then the transfers. So same thing. So that should be cool. They showed the Cuphead Delicious Last Course DLC with the new character Chalice, who she kind of looks like she's kind of like an easier mode. Not so much as like she doesn't die after a hit or something, but like I think her ammo types or something are a bit more forgiving. And they show a bit more of the bosses that'll be coming with it. So that's still June 29th. Just reconfirming that. Metroid Dread is getting a free update. One of 2 updates. The first update's out now, and it adds in hard mode. I think it's called Dread mode, which is like basically one hit you die. You have to start over. I think the last save, but anyway, it's basically a one-hit KO mode for the most hardcore speedrunners. And then there's a rookie mode, as they call it, where you take less damage, you get more health. So it's a bit more inviting for those that hasn't really played a Metroid or any of those Metroidvania type games. And and then the second update is a boss rush mode, and that's in April. So that's cool. The boss is really fun in that game. Big, I guess. I'll say here. The cult classic games Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings They channel dropped on the Super Nintendo online app. I've never really played these, but I know they're big fans. Most of us know these games because of Ness from Smash Brothers. Kid with the cap, with the bat, and does magic powers. So yeah, they're old school RPGs, but they have like this own quirky charm to them. Really, really dedicated fan base. So yeah, those are out. That's cool. That's always great to see those release. There's like a sizzle reel in between that and the last two big announcements, like some stuff like Demon Slayer game and things like that. Not too many games in between there. So the last two big announcements. Actually, I'll do the Mario Kart thing last, since I think we'll talk about that more. So the very last announcement was they fully announced and revealed Xenoblade Chronicles 3, next big RPG in the series. It looks great. I've only played the first Xenoblade. I watched Cam play Xenoblade 2. And I do want to play it for myself, hopefully, if I get the time this year. But yeah, it just looks like a combination of story and characters and ideas from the first two games. It looks like it's a more open-ended exploring type game. The game graphically looks pretty good for the Switch. And it comes out September this year, which is probably the biggest thing, because usually they have the one more things. They just slap a date, or not date. They slap a year, and then that's that. So yeah, September 2022. That's fantastic. Game looks fantastic. Can't wait to learn more. But the announcement before that, which could be viewed as the bigger thing, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting DLC 5 years after it came out. Absolutely, this is peak Nintendo moves right here. But okay, we'll take it though. So what they're gonna do, they announced the booster pack, which is basically they're gonna release 48 tracks over the span of they're gonna over 6 waves from March to sometime in the end of 2023. So it's gonna be a long-term thing. So they're gonna release them in packs of 8, and they showed a little trailer in the direct. They showed some tracks from Mario Kart DS. They showed some from Mario Kart 64, one from Mario Kart 7, and then probably the more interesting thing of these, some tracks from the mobile game Mario Kart Tour. And despite the gotcha mechanics of that game, the cool thing about those tracks, they're based off like world places. Like they have like a Paris track, there's like a Tokyo, there's a LA, London, New York, etc. So that's cool. They're gonna pretty much port those from the mobile game up to the console Mario Kart, which is great. And it's gonna be $24.99 for the pack itself, which is all 48 tracks. So you can just pay for that up front, and then you're good. Just wait for the tracks come out. Or for an expansion pack, they're free. So as long as you pay for the expansion pack subscription, they're free. So you got them. We're getting them already. And the first pack comes out March 18th. And that's 8 tracks. So yeah, I know we've been talking a lot about the direct stuff, but we're about to end it out. What are y'all thoughts on this? Finally.
Getting a live service Mario Kart.
Yeah, like
for a little bit, I guess, yeah.
For a live service.
I still think that Mario Kart 9 thing is coming. I don't know when we'll get it or when we'll see it or hear about it, but I still think that's coming. I don't think we'll get it this year though, because they're pushing it. I don't think we'll see it this year. We'll see it next year then. Whatever they're trying to do. But what this does for me now though, whatever they do in Mario Kart 9 has to be some really dope, wild shit. It has to be really cool. It can't, and don't just make it, if they just make it like Mario transformed or something. Don't get me wrong. I want to see something like that integrated, but that can't be the only thing. If you just take Sonic's transformed and make it Mario Kart and now tell us that's the twist. No, I want it to be some wild shit. I want like a Mario Party stage to come out in the middle of a race or something. Like,
oh wow.
Like I want it to be like we could tie, like me and Ian could tie in a race, and then to determine the winner, we gotta do a Mario Party mini game or something. Like really do some fun shit or something. Or if we and not say like we do a tournament and we end up at like tied in points at the end or something. Then you could do some cool, interesting. I don't know, just do something wild, do something interesting with it. Don't just, I don't know, do something more fun. But this, since they gave us this, I mean, I don't really care about more tracks, but they're free for me, so whatever.
I mean, at this point, like Mario Kart 9 is not gonna be on the current Switch. Like I think that was one of them. I think that was the main thing here. It's like, oh yeah, don't speculate Mario Kart 9, 10, or whatever anymore. I think whenever the next Switch, the true next Switch comes out, the next full Mario Kart will be there within the first 6 months. That's what I'm really calling right now. Like that's my expectation. But I mean, even with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming out and this being a Wii U port with battle tracks and stuff and more characters, I always said, man, just put more tracks in this since y'all not doing 9. And now they're doing it. But it's like 5 years later. So I'm happy to go back and find my Mario Kart game and put in the Switch and play next month. I'm definitely happy to do that for sure. But yeah, I just feel like, dang, they should do this like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. I think it would have been more impactful. Now it just feels like exactly what it is. Here, have this and shut up. Leave me alone until we get to it. That's what it feels like. And it's like, and I don't know how hard it was to get all these different tracks and stuff like that and put them together and upgrade them. I have no idea. So I don't want to, maybe it really did just take them this time. Like it's possible, but I just.
Yeah, for a lot of them, there probably was a graphical overhaul.
I'm sure,
Needed to be.
Well, no, that's the thing. Because if you look at if you're familiar with how the game, the Mario Kart Tour mobile game looks, and you see these tracks, and you compare it to the rest of the Mario Kart 8 tracks, a lot of these tracks don't really stack up with how graphically impressive the rest of Mario Kart 8 looks. Like they have more of they still look a little nicer, but they have more of like this simpler, somewhat flat look. Not even Wii U look, like just a flatter look.
Yeah.
That was the art style they chose for some of the tracks they brought back in that tour game. Because there's tracks in that tour game that haven't been on that remake.
Never been on
console Mario Kart. So, and there's some discussion online about that I've seen where some people are like, they don't look as good. It's like a graph. It's like what do you call it? Like a contrast or whatever. They don't bother me that much, really. I mean, I'm just glad to have them. And hopefully get like Waluigi Pinball back and some other tracks. There's a lot they can still pull from. That's why I was like, yes, just make more tracks since y'all ain't dropping 9 right now. Just do that. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it regardless, just because more Mario Kart 8. That's all I really wanted, more tracks. It's the best Mario Kart out. But yeah, like I agree with you there that next Mario Kart on next Switch or whatever, it's got to go big and not just we're gonna release a racer a month. No, nothing like that. You can't do that. It's gotta be like something really, really like mind blowing.
You see like Mario Kart.
Yeah, especially with how deep this Mario Kart is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because now the next one, I'm expecting it to come with the tracks. Now y'all just upgrade them all. So the next one should have them in there now. I know that's not how Nintendo works, but
it's not. No, it's not. But no, I mean, I want that too. So we'll just at this point, we'll just have to see. I'm curious how these are gonna roll out stuff as far as the tracks are concerned. I'm also curious about the music remixes too, because we heard Coconut Mall. They showed Coconut Mall in the trailer. That's a Mario Kart Wii favorite. And that already sounds a little better. They have a little remix in it. So yeah, that was a big thing because I didn't think they would do anything like this. I thought they did were just gonna truck along because Mario Kart 8 sells like crazy. And but yeah, so that was a direct. A lot of varied stuff. I think if you're an RPG fan, you well fed and then some. But overall, a lot of interesting ports, new games from Nintendo. They got a lot of shit coming out this year. I feel like a lot of this stuff backlogged from last year because of the pandemic. At this point, that's what some of this looks like for sure. There's a lot of shit coming out, and this is just up to July and September for Xenoblade. But yeah, that's the direct, man. That's it for me for the direct.
Like it. Like it definitely was a lot. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near that long. Were you expecting that?
Well, they said it'll be 40 minutes. But the interesting thing about it though was because last year when they had the first direct of the year, now is the first true direct because all the COVID stuff. We just hadn't had one for a while. That one was like 50 minutes. But with that one, it had the Smash Brothers stuff that lasted for most of it. That's why even when they said 40 minutes, I just figured there'd be 1 or 2 games in there that maybe it might be a game that I'm interested in or not, but there'll probably be one game in there that takes up the majority of it. And then the rest will be like, little shows and, little trailers here and there. But for them to have it been 40 minutes and none of it, I don't remember them spending that much time on any one more than like a bunch of other stuff. I mean, they told us about like the Mario Kart stuff. That was heavy, but most of it was pretty on to the next one. Like, here, we showed you this. This is what's coming.
cool. Next one, like for 40 minutes. That was good. Like even though obviously all these games aren't.
Not all of them are for me for sure. A lot of stuff I'm interested in for sure. But yeah, man, I do think it was their best direct thus far, or at least up there, top 3 or something. But yeah, so
next week, y'all come in and y'all put together the estimates that this direct should cost you.
Oh, gee. Oh, God. Good Lord.
Oh, that direct, that's about a good $250. I don't know. I don't think it's anywhere near that yet. But
I haven't even done that myself.
I don't think it's up there. I haven't done any math, but it's up there. I mean,
it's probably going to be up there.
It's close. It's over 100, I think, with a couple of these games. You're at least over 100.
Yes. Mario Strikers. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get Splatoon 3 regardless. Mario, we already know about Splatoon 3.
Splatoon and Xenoblade. That's you right there.
Xenoblade, yeah. What was the other thing? I might get that Live Alive. And that's going to be... I think that's a full price game. Kirby. Yeah, so it's at least 4 or 5 games.
That's what I'm saying.
It's glancing, which is wild.
There's some interesting titles, man.
Going crazy over there.
Cool. How y'all feeling, man? Do y'all want to do Boba Fett? Y'all want to do a short? Y'all want to... What y'all want to do? It's 3:30.
We're going for 2 hours, 41 minutes.
We're at 2:41?
Yes. I mean, they haven't gotten one from us for a while.
That's true. I didn't realize we're at 2:41. The NFT thing, probably. Yeah. Anyways.
How
y'all feeling? We could do a short for Boba Fett later in the week or something like that if you want to. That way it could just be Boba Fett. Only talk about.
Well, it's up to you, Ian. I'm cool.
Short. I'll make time.
You want it? It's up now, Bert. Like,
it's really up to you.
Do you want to handle it next week? Do you want to handle it? You want to try to do it today? You want to do it? We can do it in the week. Like, what do you feel like is? Like, tell me how you feel. We're like,
no, we could do it. We can do it. Just gotta time it right.
Okay.
Yeah, just gotta time it right. Got to figure it out.
Okay. Well,
yeah, because that was a lot. I just didn't want to tag Boba Fett at the end of it and it be a lot. I mean, but we all saw it, right? I mean, I guess we could. What I'll do is I'll bring us back in after this cut or whatever, and then we could just do like just ratings, general, like a small general feeling, and it's like, yo, look out for the short later this week or whatever. Just nothing, no deep dives or anything. Just do that and then say, oh, we'll do a short later this week. We'll have that out to you guys. And, okay. All right, cool. All right, guys. After our little break there, we are back, and we are not going to do Boba Fett again this week.
Please stay tuned.
I'm sorry, man. No, it don't be nobody's fault, bro. We just all got life happening, so it's just shit going on. So at times, and it's long form content. Sometimes we can't always pack it all in. So what we'll do is you guys will hear us more in depth on the Boba Fett stuff later this week. We'll talk about it because I do think there's a lot of real. That's the only reason I don't want to cram it in here, because I do think there's a lot of good conversation around that. Around the fans, the responses, the reactions, all that type of stuff. So that'll be an interesting conversation to have. We'll do a little short where it's just Boba Fett, so y'all can just look at that and focus on that and know exactly what to do, spoilers and all that jazz. So, but I guess just for now, how did y'all just overall feelings, thought processes on the show, or would y'all, I guess, give it like a light rating? You don't got to explain it to us yet, but just give us what was your rating at?
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm about an 8. The back half. I mean, I like the show pretty much start to finish. I mean, there's some stuff I had criticisms over, but the back half was definitely it was an upswing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think an 8 is what I would give it to. So
8.5.
Oh shit! I think it's like 7.5. I was like, what? Huh?
Nah. 8.5. I'm gonna to steal a line from the internet. I'm not like the rest of you Boba Fett fans. I'm different.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm different. I see what they were going for. So some people don't like it. That's kind of a lot.
I saw it too.
But I think for me, I think it made perfect sense exactly what they did. I think it actually makes sense why Boba Fett wasn't in a couple episodes. I think they pretty much told you they were going to do that. But we'll dive into it in the short later this week, and we'll we'll get all our thoughts and opinions out on different moments of the show and all that type of stuff, and explain some of our ratings a little more. But yeah, man, Boba Fett, Disney Plus. If you haven't seen it, the whole series is streaming now. Disney Plus, you can watch it. All the episodes, catch up. It definitely not a spoiler, but you get some appearances from the Mandalorian as well in there. So if that's the show that you were kind of mainly watching and people might have thrown you off from the Boba Fett stuff, he shows up eventually. So there you go. If that's a spoiler, it's not really a spoiler. He's literally in all the promo material at this point now. But yeah, so y'all go ahead and check out Boba Fett so that y'all can jump in the convo later this week. That'll be a short turnaround when we'll get that up. So good looks, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. Hopefully we're back on track again now here. But yeah, we're moving again, man. So hop in on the comments, let us know your opinions on all this stuff, all the NFT stuff. If you're out there buying NFTs and you think we just sound like broke haters, boomers, let us know, tell us. Haters. Yeah, man, we might be the brokies now, it could be us. Let us know what games were y'all super excited for at the Nintendo Direct. I think, like I said, for gamers and for the type of people that I feel like will be watching this, there was something in there for you. You liked one of those. Something in there you liked at least a little bit. So I'd be interested to see what games you guys are looking forward to that, and how that looks to you guys. Yeah, man. And then we'll talk some Boba Fett in the week. We'll talk some Peacemaker maybe next week. Or maybe we'll just do another short Peacemaker too. I don't know. Depends on how that works out, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll play it that way, man. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening. Like, share, comment, subscribe. But most importantly, enjoy. It's been Two Ugly Nerds, but there's three of us. Peace.
There are three of us.
Stick in, put up double peace signs. I like that. The four is just
double peace signs. I didn't even.
That boy Ian deep, bro. He in the.
You're like what you do?
That wasn't my intention.
Nah, but it's kind of like a little. Ian just put up a 4 for real.
Yeah,
but in my head, I was like, it really could just be kind of like a double peace sign if you look at it.
You put more meaning into it. Like, no, I'm just
okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to make something out of nothing.
Pretending I can't count. That's all.